Glory to God. Glory! My.
Yeah, 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 hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Fact. Praise him. That's that real praise. In his presence, I'm feeling real brave. Yeah. I'm his son that shine without rays. His power is active, it's time to engage. I'm not talking rings, so do not be vain. See, they try to be him, but they can't. I be laughing, they look so deranged. When the money is gone, what remains? Yes, the kingdom of heaven, my bang. And I gotta feel it. I got this, my mission, I'm climbing the range. Ain't no limit, I'm riding a tank. When I'm in the spirit, my flesh, it go blank. Can't even think, ay. We ain't sipping no walk. I ain't finna sell my soul for no drink, ay. My Shiak is my rock, flinging stones at the wicked, don't blink, ay. On the mission, can't stop, gotta hold my position like planks, ay. Most high can't fly, please, ain't no diving boards, what you think, ay. Devil sly as a fox, so I set traps near him like bang, here. It's a war for your soul, faith is a goal, so you can't think scared. Evil powers gon' know when we on go, that's why you can't feel. Headshots like foe, demons get folded, why you think he came here? Kingdom is a goal, my shit out the road, we ain't staying here. I don't really care what nobody gon' say. I don't really care what nobody gon' say. I can't hold in my breath. I can't hold in my breath. I was so great. Praise the Abba. I can't hold in my breath. Praise the Abba. I'm a good thing. Praise the Abba. Close my eyes and all tears rolling down my face. I'm a good thing. Praise the Abba. All praises to Abba. Praise the Abba. All praises. I'm a good thing. Praise the Abba. Close my eyes and all tears.
In Puerto Rico, we call ourselves Boricua, a unique name honoring the vibrant.
So now, because they can't beat me, they got to do this smear campaign to convince public opinion that I'm bad for them.
So you said 2 elections. You were first elected in 2021?
No, 2013 was my first election for trustee. I was a trustee. I sat where they are.
Right.
That's why I know the law.
Council.
Yes.
Elected mayor 2021.
Yes.
Term is 4 years?
Yes.
Okay. Plans of running for re-election?
I'm running for both my seats. And I'm going to win them.
So, and when is the election for Thornton Township?
2025.
So those elections at the same time?
They are.
Bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Okay, next.
A bullshit. A bullshit.
I could not be here breathing and be comfortable if I was really as bad as they was making it. You know, nobody could be around me. So for me to be this calm, I must have some kind of inner peace. And my inner peace is knowing that once everybody take the time to really see what type of person I am, you'd be surprised that I stuck around this long.
I have to make the life that I do live as happy as I can and try to do the best with what I have. You know, live the best life I can live, be as happy as I can be. Nothing is perfect for anybody. I don't know.
Boys, I swear, I think I figured it out. You know why they don't want us redneck brothers and sisters and the hood brothers and sisters getting along? You know why? Because we'd be unstoppable. I'm telling you right now, we would shut shit down.
Yeah. Try to throw me off. Blessings, blessings. Welcome to Uncensored Enlightenment Talk, and you're here with your host, Grace Levi, and I hope you guys are having a blessed Tuesday. I know y'all tuned into yesterday, and it was hot. How we say it? The block is hot. The block is hot, hot, hot. Y'all know I like to sing. Now, yesterday I was tuned in heavy to the Dolton regular board meeting. I mean, I was on so many platforms that didn't make no damn sense. But today, what we're going to do is go over some key moments in that particular meeting yesterday. And I want to say shots fired. Tiffany Henyard did what she usually do, is hold down what she called her for her town, her crown, and try to strong arm the people, the trustees, and Lightfoot. So we're gonna go over some things that went down in the meeting. I will say this: the reason why I stopped because I want to say things correctly. Okay, now I'm going to say the good, bad, and the ugly. And I don't want people to take offense. Even if they do, is nothing I can do. What I want us to be able to do on this platform is critically think. You can say how you feel in the comments. You can agree, disagree, whatever. We want this to be an open forum because I'm going to definitely say some things that you disagree with or agree with. So I'm just going to keep it real. Okay. So let's get it started. What we're going to do is just show a few news clips just to get the people up to par. And I want to say shout out to Rumble. Today we actually did like a 5-hour live of the broadcast of Jedediah's broadcast yesterday. And we also highlight the Dolton's trustee meeting. So they had a clear idea of what was said. So shout out to Rumble. I see the numbers going up because I don't really see too many people talking about this on Rumble. So what we got to do. We got to get this spread all over the world. Now let's watch this before we get into the key clips of what happened last night.
Rob, this is not the first time a Dolton Village board meeting has ended abruptly, but it was perhaps the first time it ended physically, as most of the trustees voted to move forward with a $400-hour investigation into Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
All right, guys. All right. Clear the room.
It was all but a bench-clearing brawl inside Dolton Village Hall.
Hey, no disrespecting nobody. Come on.
Tempers had simmered for hours as village residents chided Mayor Tiffany Henyard for dodging questions about village business and spending.
So it don't matter how many questions that we ask you, you never ever answer the questions.
Henyard repeatedly fired back.
You're putting a black eye on our community. You're putting people, guys.
But it was the silent, lurking presence of Chicago's former mayor turned paid private investigator Lori Lightfoot that severed any sense of order. Lightfoot was initially hired in April by 4 of Dolton's 6 trustees to dig into the spending and village records kept by Mayor Henyard. Tonight, trustees moved to override a mayoral vote on paying Lightfoot to carry out the investigation.
Let her see! Let her see!
Henyard supporters silenced the mics. But no matter, a former mayor who once oversaw chaotic Chicago City Council meetings shouted over the clamor. Little of what Lightfoot said registered. Dolton's police chief, a close Henyard ally, forced angry village residents to clear the hall. Senior trustee Jason House, who hired Lightfoot, said,
A lot of residents are curious about the status of the investigation, has she been moving forward, so she wanted to kind of give an overview and also ask Dolton's mayor to transparently work with the investigation.
Outside, Dolton residents thrown out into the parking lot were furious.
I think it's ludicrous. I think this whole administration is ludicrous.
This is the case of them giving preferential treatment to non-resident supporters of an inept, illegitimate, corrupt administration.
Also present and voting at tonight's village board meeting was Dolton trustee and former Chicago community activist Andrew Holmes. This is the first time Holmes has attended one of these meetings since a former Dolton employee accused him of sexual assault during a village-funded trip to Las Vegas last year. That is now under investigation, but Holmes has not been charged with any crime.
Clear the...
Now, I want to start off by saying this because I'm going to... People may agree with me or don't agree with me. We're going to start off by talking about Lori Lightfoot. I'm going to put her on the screen, just show a picture of her. You know how she looked. I do have respect for this woman because she's a Black woman, but I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure how I feel about her doing the investigation. I'm just going to be honest. The way that she ran, the way that she did her community when she was a mayor was really out of pocket. Some of the stories that I heard, some of the ways she invested money was kind of scandalous. I'm going to give you an example now. This is allegedly, okay? Now, we could do some more research and somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Allegedly, there was monies that Lori Lightfoot gave to community members in the aspects of them building up business. Now, it was good, but these community members didn't get adequate background check. And allegedly, these community members that received large sums of this money was gang members and people who was allegedly selling contraband and guns. Okay, I'm just going to say this. This is allegedly. So not only was there a big management under Chicago under her, okay, crime went out of pocket. Kids, there was so many murders. There were allegedly organ harvesting going on out there. You know, I'll be on the dark side, paying attention to everything, and not only just under her administration, but we just have to pay attention to that. You know, she does have a kind of a dark history, so I'm kind of questionable of how she will actually handle this investigation. So I'm just going to say that. But out of respect for Dolton and the trustees' choice to choose her, I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, so I'm going to give you the good, bad, and the ugly. I also want to know if you can let me know, is she a private investigator or she's investigating with some type of government entity? Because if she's a private investigator, my question is, how is she going to obtain the information that the trustees couldn't even obtain? So that's my question. How is she going to do that when this administration under Tiffany is not even answering FOIA requests? Okay, so please, someone answer that question for me so I can kind of get a better perspective. Maybe I'll start having some hope in Miss Lightfoot, Mayor Lightfoot. But as of right now, I'm kind of questioning some things. So I want to start by getting right into last night's video. There is some key parts that I want to show, but this is the first clip that I actually want to show because this gentleman, now there is some people that Mayor Henyard have under her wing, and Mr. Brown definitely is one individual that she have under her wing. Hold on, let me make sure that I hope this is not the long one. Let me see if it's a little short clip that I downloaded. Hopefully I got it. Okay, I think this is it. So he found himself asking not only once, hold on, not only once but twice this question. And it makes me question his competency. What's wrong with his mind? He's questioning something, but he ain't got no daggone common sense. We all know not only Tiffany Henyard is going to be investigated, but people who are her close allies, people who she keep under her wing, people who may have received money, trinkets, and gifts. So let's just watch this because he did this twice, and it made me laugh because I said he nervous, but he's still going to roll with the dumb shit.
You got something about that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As I hear, we have an investigation going on by at this time over the village. Is that what's going on right now?
Oh my God. Wait, is that a question? He waiting for an answer. Do anybody know the answer to that question by now?
Hey, please, quiet. Quiet. Everybody listen to y'all. Quiet.
Look at my baby.
So we got an investigation of the village as a whole, of all employees or just elected officials.
Whatever they put in the
Just try to get some clarity on this here.
All right, quiet.
Sorry.
Quiet.
We're good on this. Yeah.
Who the hell laughed?
I would assume it's tied to the subpoena. Well, we just talked about this is investigation on the mayor or the village.
Oh, you're saying what we're looking over at. The investigation.
Last time, quiet.
The investigation is on allegations of. It was stated previously that there was an investigation done into what happened in Vegas. So that investigation has not been shared with the board, and the board has made several inquiries. So that's one part of it. Also, the allegations or suspicion of commingling of funds or misuse of funds was another component of the request for this investigation.
Okay. Are you clarified, Mr. Brown? Over there, all them damn months don't know what's going on. Don't ask the questions at the last minute when you've been playing her puppet. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but he asked that twice, and it had me cracking up. Like, is this dude for real? Yeah. Guess what? Your name is on the list, and it's not the DJ list. How about that? Now, let's get started with another portion. Let me remove this off the screen. I'm going to keep that as a highlight because I think they smell what's cooking. Okay, it's going to go down. And Tiffany Henyard, I'm going to be honest, she did what she usually do. She played her cards exactly how she usually play her cards. But there are some things that I do want to question tonight. Okay. And I do think that the Dolton residents should question as well because shots was fired. Now, let's start with Steve, Trustee Steve. I'm going to make some specials of some of the trustees, some of the things that they were talking about and other clips that I have over the next couple of days. So look forward to that. Now, let's hear what Trustee Steve have to say because they tried to kick my man out of the meeting, okay? They didn't want Trustee Steve to talk because he's been calling her out for months, okay? For months.
Good evening. Good evening. Residents, Board of Trustees, Mayor, I want to say to the cops, to the rank and file soldiers, I have a lot of respect for y'all. But that clown for y'all, that damn chief of police, to try to put me out for nothing, to have me walk out, to try to get me out for what? For what? This is the type of stuff that we dealing with. Black people didn't sacrifice for us to get leadership and act like this. You didn't go through years of Jim Crow, segregation for us to get into this political position and treat other Black people like this. This is what we dealing with, this terrible administration to try to put me out. I'm struggling with my left leg, with my MS, but I'm here. This has to stop. This has to stop. We got a clean house. We got to vote all of them out. All of them out. Stan Brown, Andrew Holmes don't say nothing. Nothing. Y'all sit up there quiet. What do they have on you? Y'all don't have no freedom to speak? Do you have any nuts? Anything? I'm sad. I'm sick and tired to hear them try to put me out. To try to like, hey, let me talk to you outside. And we go. I respect the cops, the rank and file soldiers who helped me, who said, no, you ain't gonna do this. But this, how much money has Chief Lacey cost his village? How much money? How many lawsuits? How many bad things?
Let them talk.
How many bad things has this chief done? And the fact that she got him the top cop. This has to change, residents. It's going to change with unity of the people of Dolton. That's how we change this. We got to vote her out, period. If you don't know your block, if you don't know your neighbors, come to the Dolton Trustees YouTube page, come to the Tea with the Trustees. That's how we change this. It's a mess. I can't believe this man tried to put me out. She tried to joke and try to cook me. I tried to shake his hand. No, he didn't want to shake my hand. You should be ashamed of yourself, Lacey. You should be ashamed of yourself. That's all I want to say.
All right. So that was a word from Steve. Steve had to go off because they tried to, slide him out of the meeting. Now, what I will say, I know that we deal with a lot of emotions, but I think that Steve should have took the time to bring some of the ammunition that he had. Steve, Trustee Steve, let Grace Levi tell you this. I know you've been a trustee for a lot of years and you have a lot of education and you have a lot of facts to what may have been going on in the background. So my opinion is anytime that you get a chance to speak, please divulge to the people some things that you know is corrupt about the system that Tiffany Henyard is running, okay? I will say that. I want to give it to you, Steve. Got to express yourself, but one of the things that really, really made me feel some type of way is that, let me say, I think the flare-ups in there wasn't actually the regular people. I'm going to get to that. I felt the way about the flare-ups, but honestly, I think they were cools. And I'm going to talk about that, y'all. When we go through this video, y'all going to notice every time somebody was yelling it was actually because they were saying things against Henyard. Okay. Anytime it was an interruption, it was actually things being said against Henyard. Henyard had this thing calculated to a T, and I don't think that people peeped it. She had it planned down. So that was Steve. Shout out to Steve. We're going to definitely get some clips of you and all the things that you have to say. And I'm definitely going to pull clips from the board meetings, because Steve used to dig in the board meetings. And he was one of the first few who talked up about the way that Henyard talked to them, how disrespectful he was, and how basically the line of communication started to break up between the trustees and the mayor from the beginning is because the way she was coming off. So we talked about that. We're going to hit that back when we go into the contentious mayor meetings. But now let's get into what I really want to get into. Now, Tiffany Henyard, the mayor's report. This is the controversy, okay? Now, she tried to basically show that the trustees was moving just as funny as allegedly she is moving. Now, so we're going to highlight some of this, the mayor's report. We're going to show the second video, not the first video. Look at this fool. Let me see if this is the first time he asked the question, talking about who's being investigated. Yo ass, Mr. Brown. Let's go. Look at him.
All right.
Looking nervous.
Anyone else?
Looking nervous. Hold on. Let me go back. What do you say?
16 to 24. Also.
Oh, wait, look.
All right.
Y'all missed it. I want to
Thornton Township.
show y'all this. You see Miss Tammy? I don't think Miss Tammy like Mr. Brown. I'll be examining people's face the whole damn time. Her face was tooted up. She had to catch herself. I'll be watching people. So I'm over here. She like, I can't stand this damn fool.
Jobs. 16 to 24. Also, you can come to the office at 16910 Westview, South Holland, Illinois. Contact number is 708.
Let's fast forward. Like, no, I can't do this shit. Let me just put my head down.
Thank you.
She said, let me just put my head down. All right.
Anyone else?
Let's get to the mayor's report. As Miss Belcher still sits there with her picture right in front of her. How petty is this administration that all of these daggone months, Miss Belcher has to have her picture right there, and Tiffany cannot be woman enough to take that picture and put it where it's supposed to go? That says a lot.
Next on the agenda is mayor's report. So, as you guys know, I really, really love my city. I grew up here in the village of Dolton, and I don't want to do nothing but see the best things for my village. It saddens me that every time it's a disagreement amongst anyone here, we call media. It also saddens me that the media only come out for a mess. I get it. Y'all using me for clickbait and ratings. I wish you guys will come out for the good we do in our community.
My baby. I'm going to say this. I'm going to be honest. Like I said, I know I got a heart. Y'all know I got a heart. No matter truth is truth. But Miss Henyard is stressed out. When I watch her talk, if you see her eyes, she tried to stop herself from her eyes water up so many times. I swear. Miss Henyard, I'm praying for your soul, because you made a lot of bad mistakes. And I think you hurting. And I think you're afraid. But that's just my observation, y'all.
That I post, that I advocate for, and that I showcase, because y'all literally go on my Facebook page, my Instagram page, my Tiffany on the Move podcast page, and you take my clips and use it to bring people into your station.
Yes, I do. Yes, I did. Okay, Miss Henyard. And I will say it was so funny when she say, follow the money. And she just kept saying it. And y'all know what I always saying, follow the money. It's so weird. I'm watching you, Henyard. Okay, you watching me, I'm watching you. Because I think I made a comment on her page with one of my pages, and usually she blocked people. She didn't block that page, okay? And the comment is still up there. I'm watching you, and you watching me, Henyard. We're going to follow the money, and we're going to highlight one section of the annual financial report from 2021 to talk about that fitness center. Okay, I'm gonna prove a point to you guys. Okay.
I think now you guys owe me a check, news, because you use my likeness and my name just for views. Please, showcase the good in our village, because you're putting a black eye on our community. You're putting people Guys, you out of
All
order.
right, you're out of
You
order.
out of order.
One more
Just like
disruption.
you-
I am clearing the room.
Thank you. Yes, he will. So just like you guys was quiet and I was quiet when everybody spoke, y'all give me the same respect to be heard. Just because some people may not like what I'm saying don't mean others don't like what I'm saying. It's a lot of people that support Super Mayor, believe it or not. And I just need them to hear another narrative and not just the false negative narrative that's put out there by the
No matter what, if she looked like she's about to cry, she's still talking shit through it. Hold on, let me just tell y'all this. Tell me, do y'all know any Tiffany's? I'm just gonna be honest. Every Tiffany I grew up with, and maybe I'm stereotyping Tiffany's, just think about it. They were trying to be Miss Popular. They could lie right in front of your face. Just tell you a whole bold-faced lie. I know this one Tiffany, she used to just lie to her grandma in her face all the time. Just take advantage of that old lady. I'm like, Tiffany, what's wrong with you? Girl, I just stole $100 from her. I need to get my nails did. Tell me if y'all know your Tiffany and tell me if I'm lying, if the Tiffany's that y'all grew up with was a little bit trifling and could just lie in front of your face. Okay, let's get back to it.
The board of trustees, the four, and also the media, and then the hate groups. And what you don't understand or fail to realize is people that live in our community that's being affected by the nonsense, the negativity. The people are getting threats from our staff to regular residents, and you don't understand the chaos that you created by just wanting to showboat or want 5 minutes of fame on the news. Shame on you. You and God have to deal with that later on in life. But anyway.
And I want to say this to that. First and foremost, there's a lot of people that's making content related to this is because they're trouble. Okay, Tiffany, nobody wants a 5 minute of fame. Not everybody is making money, especially not me. Y'all know this page is holding on by a fucking leaf at this point. But truth is truth, and Dolton needed help. And if it wasn't for people coming out on YouTube talking about this, blowing it up, making it mainstream, then we wouldn't be where we're at. And that's why you're mad. Okay. Not everybody is trying to make money off of this, allegedly, like the people you are paying. Okay, Tiffany, allegedly.
As I was stating, I really, really want you guys to see what Don could be, what Don should have been a long time ago. People put out their narratives, and yes, we're going to entertain a lot of it as it relates to the facts, because you guys are following fiction, a made-up story. It is a smear campaign going on right now. People are using different people for political gain, and it's sad, but I don't want anybody that's young like me to be discouraged. Run for office. Public office is something that's needed and something that the youth need to take a stance and do. Do not be discouraged. I want you to continue to run because I want you to see what it looks like when you go through controversy or when you come out on the other end and you're victorious. Because when the dust clears, and it will clear, you're going to see the facts and what it really was, but not what they was telling you, which was lies. Everybody.
I pray for you, Henyard. I pray that you're telling the truth. You have a lot of passion behind that statement, young lady. And I do pray that it's based on the same ammo that you're giving everybody talking about we gonna be judged. No, you're gonna be judged. Just be very sure of that, okay?
Should know that media is deception. People sell you what they want you to believe at that moment. I got clips and all kinds of stuff people send me, believe it or not. I'm making a video for you so you can see what I mean about the news. It's a ton of things going on in the world. We should really be focusing on that and banding it together. I'm about unity. That's why you see me always positive, head held high, and always walking in my purpose. God gave me the opportunity to be the first, but unfortunately, when you're the first, you get the worst. You get all the negatives. You get all the things that people think you should do. But what you are doing is what get overshadowed. As it relates to grants, I'll start with the grants first. As it relates to the grants, we have produced so many different things here. I know we put the $6 million in the budget. I know the board tried to take it out. You cannot get money once you take things out of budget. You have to basically plan for the money. DCEO grant, we're getting $1 million. I don't know if you heard about that. Of course not, because news didn't display that. That will be here by June 30th. It's for $1 million for operating expenses.
Now let's stop right here. She's supposed to be getting $1 million for operating expenses by June 20th. How do we see that? How do the board see that? This is the issue. Now, this is what troubles me, because you have enough time to make videos. Okay, you have enough time to put videos, put little clips together. But when you make your agenda and you say you have bills and you have items that you want to get paid, you don't have enough time to get as much information to the board about those particular bills, so you won't have controversy. I'm going to say that again, because this is the major problem with Ms. Henyard, and this really get on my damn nerves. It is a lot of shucking and jiving. When I say shots fired, it's probably blanks fired, okay? Yeah, because at the end of the day, if you have $6 million in the budget, why would the trustees take it out? Why would the trustees take it out? It is only one reason I will think is because it is money that is supposed to come. Money that has not gotten there. And that's what I think Ms. Henyard does. I think that she banks on a lot of things that's supposed to come and then use credit in the guise that is going to be coming in and they're just going to, be able to pay things off. Okay. That's what I'm thinking. But let her finish talk. If the money's not there, Henyard, if it's not in the bank account, you cannot spend it. If you ever took a finance class, or you just took care of your household correctly, just being an adult, you don't spend what you don't have. You don't send a check out and then you don't have money in the bank. You don't send a check out and you don't know what's in the bank. And that's why I believe the trustees are not moving. I think a lot of people see that. The trustees are not moving because they cannot see what they're signing off with. Let's continue.
Again, these are things that we do here, meaning myself and my administration, but it don't get no type of play. And that's $1 million. Also, DCEO grant, another one for $112,000 is for capital improvements. That's for projects, things that you would like to do. So sometimes when you see us developing or doing things in our community, we have grant money to do it, but no one educates the public on the how. You guys just see it being produced and don't understand how we're doing it. So this is me telling you how we're doing it. Also, this is on the agenda for this evening.
And again, pay attention. She says she's going to tell us how she does it and then go right over it. Railroad right over what she says. How do you get the grant and how do you spend it? And do the people have access to the grants? That's my question.
IEPA is for $2.7 million. It's the lead service line replacement. Everybody complain about things as it relates to water and issues that we had in our town forever. Those are the things that I have been entertaining and fixing and putting a plan before the board so that we can vote on these items. Also, you guys know that our water tank had exploded when we had that storm. We are also in need of finding revenue to pay for that, and that is a major project. We also need to continue doing our streets, our sidewalks, and our alleys. Those are things that wasn't done, and you guys know this because if you've been here as long as me, you had to pay 50% just for a sidewalk that you would never own. Where they do that at? So if the sidewalk was $5,000, you had to pay $2,500, and the village paid $2,500. Under my administration, we don't charge you anything as it should have been from day one. It is free. If you call and let us know that it is cracked, broken, messed up, we will put it on the list and we will get to it. We've done a ton of sidewalks last year. We will do more sidewalks this year, and the same with street resurfacing. But while we're doing street resurfacing, we are fixing the sewers as well, because we have a lot of flood issues in our community that we are fixing. So again, stop with the mess and pay attention to the things that really matter to community, because when it hits our city, you want to care that these things are in place. But if you're so blinded by the person throwing a rock, hiding a hand with the mess and chaos, you will never see what's really being fixed in your community.
Now, let's get to it, guys. I'm going to have something to say. I think that, like I told you before, Tiffany have a lot of good ideas. When it comes to fixing the infrastructure of Dolton, I'm seeing the ideas. When it comes to making, it beautiful, enhancing the beautification of Dolton, I'm seeing the ideas. The issue is that the way she's going about doing it and who she is hiring to do it. Are these people licensed? Are these people accredited? Are these people criminals? And are they building double, allegedly. Okay, this is the issue. Now, what I will say, people, around this time between 2018 to 2023, there has been a lot of organizations and governments that actually been using COVID money, FEMA money, to infuse into their companies to beautify it, make it bigger. You know, like I said, I have seen that in facilities that I work at, opening floors that they don't even need for no reason, but whatever, you know, doing these things kind of wasteful money instead of using it on things to build the people up and actually seeded it back in the community. So I do think that that is one of the things that Tiffany Henyard is doing. As I mentioned, my question is, and if anybody could ever get their hands on it, is when they talked about the FEMA money being infused. I didn't get a chance to look at the commissioner's website, but I'm going to try to this week. In regards to what the old man said at the Thornton Township meeting, where Thornton said that they had like $300 million infused in Thornton. I wonder, was there any time that money was infused into Dolton, just like many other towns that suffer, many other places that participated in the restrictions? You see what I'm saying? And received that a federal money. Now, when we looked at the budget for Thornton, we had saw like it remarkably went up in 2021. That was right after, you know, all those stimulus started going out. Now, the hard thing to do with Dolton is that Dolton finance paperwork is not transparent. It's not on the website, and it's so crazy because you look back at all the years, there wasn't finance statements for the years prior, even all the way back to 2015. There's only one for 2021. So that is the one that I have to look at. And, you know, we're going to look at one page is on there that's going to highlight Melanie's Fitness Center. But what that goes to say, we need to be able to see the financial reports from 2018 to 2023, at least to get an idea of what happened. Not a chart, not a summary. You will have to let the people take the time to have that information, but I would assume it's hard to obtain that because they're not answering for requests. My question is how is Lori Lightfoot is going to get this information? Anybody? The only way that I see this information being given out, you know, by force is subpoena, just like what they're doing under this indictment, where we're still waiting to hear to see what happens, because she asked for more time to produce paperwork. Okay, this paperwork that should already be transparent, should already be there. Every month you go to these meetings and you ask for things to get paid, but then you don't show the rationale behind it. That's your problem here. I know I went kind of down the rabbit hole, but I want to talk about this a little bit because I know Henyard be watching people. She be having people watch. What you're doing is not making sense, and you're making this even harder and making yourself look suspect. Okay, so I my heart goes out to her because I can see the tears in her eyes, but she got some tough ass skin, because she'll sit there and run them same lines over and over and over and think people are going to be spiritually blinded. But let's go.
Next, June 15th, Father's Day. We're going to have a backyard barbecue. It will be at
start talking about her events. What we're going to do is move on into video number 2. I think it starts at 1 minute, 13 seconds. She had that talent show that she showed. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get into this video that she has. She talked about the taxes. She talked about how allegedly the trustees highlighting some of this half paperwork that we can't see on the screen. You know what I'm saying? I'm always skeptical. Show me the paperwork. But she's trying to highlight that the trustees played a role in numerous years of increase in taxes. Okay. And there has been a tremendous tax hike across the United States. Okay. If y'all part of primetime home buyers, and when I do secure your energy, yes, I'll be complaining. I'm contesting my taxes right now because they go up every year and it's too much. Okay. Let me not go to the left. Let's just watch this.
We will be converting that to a dead end We're working on the particulars for that. So stay tuned. Those that do live in our community, when you go down Willow, it will be closed off. We're going to put notices out throughout the week so people can be aware of that. And then also we're going to put reflectors there so no one runs into anything because for our village.
All right. Did you see
17?
Tax levy is. Every year we must levy taxes for our village. We levy taxes to get money to run our day-to-day operations, our police, our fire, our works. All of those departments are levied by our taxes. So if we do not levy taxes, we will not receive the money to do the day-to-day operation, which is public service. In no way, shape, or form have I ever advocated to increase property taxes. As you know, as a trustee myself, I've always tried to decrease taxes, or if it's warranted, yes, you have to levy for taxes. But in this case, if you don't know, now you will know today. Every community passes a tax levy of 4.99%, no matter what the public says, because that's the levy they can pass. If it's under 5%, you can pass it without going out to the public. When it goes above 5%, you must go to the public and let you guys know that. So if you go and you can FOIA anything I'm saying up here, you can FOIA any other towns, Harlan, Kansas City, Riverdale, Lansing, any town, and you'll see that they do the same thing. So that's what I was showing you today. I'm giving you the fact. So I'm gonna take you down memory lane by going to 2017. Can you play a tape?
This broad came ready with a video. Ready with a video. Instead of the paperwork, but with a video. But we're going to watch it. I'm here for it.
So in 2017, we was at $6 million, right? For levying taxes. If you look and read on that page right here, they increase your property tax by 14%. This is what you don't know, residents, 14%. So if you read and go a little further, and you'll see who voted to basically increase your property taxes. On here, you'll see trustee Hacks voted to increase your property tax, and you'll see ex-trustee Stubbs voted to increase your property tax. But I wanted to give you the orders and you can understand who voted to increase your taxes. So when you're getting information, you will have facts to go by. Then we'll go to 2018. 2018, they levied $9 million.
Every year they raise your tax.
And in here, if you look, same thing, taxes, trustees raise your taxes by 14% again. And that was again, trustee House and trustee Stubbs. Of course, the rest of them voted as well. Trustee Muhammad, trustee Pearson, all of them voted. But I'm two out because these are people that's on your board now that's trying to do the spin cycle to tell you the opposite. So for years, they've been raising your taxes, 2018. Now let's move on. 2019. 2019, try to do the same thing. But this time, this is when everybody voted for it. So this is $10 million, 2019. Trustee Brown, not Brown, Stan Brown, Trustee Tammy Brown voted for this. Trustee Holmes, Trustee House, Trustee Steves, everybody voted for this.
And yourself, girl, don't not name yourself. You too, okay? You too.
But it stayed the same. On May 2020, same difference. It stayed the exact same, 0%. It was for $10 million. Then if you go and you're gonna read, tell you who voted for in the lineup. Trustee Tammy Brown, Trustee House, and then Trustee Ed Steves.
And you, Henyard, right there. And Holmes.
Mayor Henyard. Go to May of 2021. Tax levy for $10 million.
Out of order.
On here it says again, 0%.
And for the record, guys, this is the tax levy.
Everybody voted for it.
And you see what
And
it
that's
is.
what I wrote up there to raise your taxes, which was trustees SD, trustee Norwood,
showing you when they
trustee
point
Belcher,
fingers,
trustee
everybody
Tammy
on it.
Brown, trustee House.
And
Everybody
Holmes.
voted to raise your taxes.
And Holmes, don't forget, say his name. He did.
21. Now I give you copies of everything I got. That way you can go home and read it.
Trustee Belcher's on there too, raising your property taxes. Trustee Norwood, Trustee Ed Steve,
Go fact check.
everybody.
And then when you have
Everybody.
2022.
So every
Next tax
single
was
year,
$500 million.
tell you not they're not
Say it
gonna raise
again,
your
on
taxes.
certain,
They do.
0%.
So
Quiet, please.
Taxes go up.
Quiet, please. Last time I'm gonna say it.
I'll go up 0%, and then it's 11,000.
Every year. People that vote for.
So you see the
Trustee
factors
Norwood,
before you.
Trustee Ed
You
Steve.
can pull
But guess what?
the ordinance
Trustee
for the
Brown
tax
said
levy,
no on this
and
one
you will
time.
see
This was
that
next
every
time.
single
This is when I
time
was
they
voting
vote
for
to
the
raise
Midterm
your
trustee.
property tax. I know one board meeting,
Watch
Trustee
it
House
go
said he
first.
didn't
Let's go
raise
through it.
taxes.
Either
As you can
yes or
see
you
clearly,
no.
that
Like
was a
you
lie. He raised
first.
property
Should've
taxes
just
right
said
there.
yeah,
Trustee
yeah, like
House,
you do
Trustee
All right, ladies, stop talking.
Norwood, Trustee
point
Ed
that out.
Steve,
It's all the taxes up to date.
every year.
2022. Now the
So
new tax levy
I'm
that's,
giving you
being
evidence as long as
presented
you want
is
it
the
to
same
see
concept. Boy,
who's
$11
doing
million.
what, why they
Don't
creating all
say
this
0%
chaos
on the
in our
surface.
community.
And this one is the one that I'm saying we don't have a vote for yet, but people have to come to the board meeting, and then if you have a difference.
And
of
I held
opinion,
this meeting to
discussions for it,
educate the
and you
public.
come and you have a happy
And
meeting.
some
But then
Who is this lady? This the regular board meeting, Dolton. I want to know who is this lady in the background talking? Because I'm sorry, she's getting on my nerves. I was supposed to do a commentary here. Go ahead. Let's finish listening because I'm trying to hear what Henyard is saying.
Showed up and I gave them all the documentation that they needed just to hear them talk.
Shit.
Residents follow
Okay.
the money.
Uh-huh.
What the
Use my terms. Follow the money.
trustees don't want you to know is they have been raising your property taxes for years. You must follow the money.
Now, what I will say is everybody's guilty. Yup. I'm about to say shots fired. It's like me being in a meeting with all my kids' teacher is and they damn principal, and I'm shooting down all of them one by one. Everybody fucked up. Excuse my language. Now, what I see here is that usually administrations are guided by the head. Okay. They come up with an agenda. They pick the people who are going to be in their cabinet. They remove and put people in that's going to follow their agenda. And I think Tiffany Henyard believed that all the trustees that ran on her ticket allegedly was going to follow her agenda. On this particular video, look right here on the screen. This was under Mayor Rogers, okay? And under Mayor Rogers, it seems like the trustees, and it is no disrespect, but truth be the truth, was going with the flow for a couple of years, especially when it came to raising taxes consistently. Now, I don't know if these documents are actually true because, you know, people like to fudge and do shit. So I will hope that we'll be able to get a PDF. So this reaction is based on this, what they're showing in the video, because y'all know I'm a little skeptical. I'm very skeptical. But what that goes to say, allegedly Tiffany wasn't there for a lot of those votes. But towards 2020, what was it, the last year of Rogers being in, everybody voted for a tax hike. Okay, so that says to me that the community has to pay attention to what everyone is doing, because like I said, when I was watching some of the board meetings, the contentious board meetings, and I said it started to be a them against us. Now, I wanted to highlight to you guys, our trustees actually fighting and stopping the things that needs to be stopped. And I do see it. I like the moves that they made on this meeting. We're going to talk about it, how they put an El Stapo in a check and balance system. But I think that was some of the things that may have not been done earlier, and it just was a lot of back and forth. Okay, so is Tiffany wrong? Is this a lie? Did the board members, some of the board members, actually vote to raise your taxes? How do you feel about that, people? I'm just being honest. Does that mean that you need to pay attention a little bit more to what's going on around you? I'm going to say me too, because the taxes around me been hiking up, and I haven't been going to board meetings around my house. But once I get this letter back from the tax commissioner, and it ain't saying what I wanted to say, my ass going to be at that board meeting reading that letter talking about why everybody taxes going up and why the school commission charging all this percentage off the fair market value. Now, we're going to get into some other stuff too. You see how this ran to the left? Yup, I got some stuff going on in my community too. And these damn taxes and the things that they doing to us. That's why I feel you, Dolton. I don't trust nobody, okay? At the end of the day, it's me and the Most High. And all I want is fairness, truth, and justice. And you're not going to be here trying to take all my money, heighten up the fair market value of the homes, and it's the same damn home we had for all these years, okay? Y'all gonna have to slow down with this. And I think that's what they're doing in Dolton as well. So imagine the fair market value going up on homes, and you got 14% interest hikes. What the hell? What the hell? Now, one of the things that Tiffany Henyard said, and I don't know if I'm gonna get to it here, which was very, very ridiculous. She said that you guys need to pay attention to your tax bills. Now, let me educate y'all. How Miss Henyard said, always talking about let me educate y'all. Please, there is no library board on nobody tax bills. If it is, please show me your tax bill, guys. Take a picture and show it to me. I never saw it a day in my life. I have seen school M&Os, and I saw school something else is another one I'm fighting. And, you know, a few other ones like the water company as well. But she named some things that didn't make sense. Like she also named a college board. Y'all have a college board on your taxes? On your home taxes? If that is, I don't know what's going on in Dolton. Yeah, I'm glad that y'all paying attention now because they've been doing y'all wrong. If that's on y'all tax bill, y'all better contest. And if y'all want to know how to contest taxes, I got a video on it, okay, on my other page. Now, I know I went over to the left, but you know I'm always going to share resources and real life stories. Something is not right. Tiffany was just throwing some shit out there. Let me educate y'all. Ain't no damn such thing as college board and all of this nonsense. And if it is, Tiffany Henyard put it up there. Okay. Now, let's get into Keith Freeman report. Now, this is what I found important. One of the things I talked about is if there was a big infusion of money, meaning a large infusion of money from FEMA, from COVID, whatever it may have been, that means that that money is not real. What does that mean? What does that mean? The money is not real because that is like a loan. That is like a grant, okay? They gave that to companies and people because the economy was so slow that they needed to keep things going. No one was making money. You're going to see when they talk about the revenue, Keith talk about the revenue. I want y'all to listen to the numbers. Don't be so, you know, like, oh my God, this is corny. No, I need y'all to listen to the numbers that Keith Freeman is saying is coming in as revenue, tickets and types of stuff like this. This is what I wanted to explain to you guys. If the money that they got as a grant, as a bonus runs out, and you set up accounts based on that money. Let's say tree cutting company, they charge you $10,000 a month, all of this stuff. And that's your budget because you have that right now. Once that money runs out and you don't have that significant amount of income, what are you going to do? You piled up debt, you set up vendors, okay, with your organization. And this is here, the town of Dolton. How are you going to keep this up? It has to be kept up by the monies coming in. Now, I want you to listen to the monies that Keith Freeman says, this bankruptcy Nazi, obviously, because he reading it like the shit is good. But to me, it's not enough. Because when you talk about millions of dollars being spent going out, at least you're doing $3 million in spending, if you listen to what they said, and you're getting $92,000 in from here, $500,000 here from here, 23,000. That's not cutting off an iceberg. And that's what I hear. And when I hear numbers, I'll be like, wait. That don't add up. So we're going to listen to a little bit of that. And then I'm going to show you what's going on with the fitness center and how much they're spending versus what they're getting. Because you know we're going to always make something kind of educational around here. We're going to show you some things so you can learn how to analyze this paperwork. Because I was looking like, what the hell? Baby, Melody Fitness got to go. Let's go.
And state tax revenues have recognized 190.
Okay. So
the board has to have special meetings in order to complete that second meeting. But for the month of June and July, August, there will only be one board meeting for those months. And if you notice, I didn't mention minutes because, of course, I didn't submit them because they're never placed on the agenda anyway. So what's the point in submitting them if I can't get them approved at these meetings?
Why they be doing that to my baby girl? Why they gotta be doing that to Miss Allison Keys, the clerk, disrespecting her like she don't matter? Because the clerk do matter, okay?
And that concludes my report. Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Okay, next, we have village administrator's report. Okay, go ahead.
Good evening, Mayor. Revenues and state tax revenues have recognized $190,000 reduction compared to the prior year, with the largest decrease in personal property replacement tax with a reduction of $224,000.
Hold on. We're going to go through these numbers, y'all. Great Secrets, I love you. Thank you for being a mediator. I love you. You got a ranch, baby. We're going to read some of y'all comments right after we go through this so we can kind of talk about the numbers, okay?
The village has also recognized a decrease in utility tax revenue consisting of tax distribution from Nicor Gas and Commonwealth Edison, a tax of $410,000. $76,000 of the decrease is due to not receiving April's Nicor deposit until May 2024. Overall tax revenue is down by $534,000 from the prior year due to delayed property tax in the previous fiscal year. After 2 years of delayed second installments from property taxes, Cook County is expecting the second installments of the 2023 tax levy collected in 2024 to be on time. And the village should start seeing property tax revenue again in August or September of 2024. Permit revenue has increased by $181,000. Red light revenue has increased by $237,000, and ticket collection has increased by $95,000. In March of 2023, outstanding tickets consisted of $3,768,815. And in March of 2024, outstanding tickets were $5,087,415.
Damn.
Grants increased.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know I got issues with tickets. Oh, that hurt my heart. Yo, they killing y'all with tickets out there in Dolton. I thought it was just out here in Atlanta. Y'all know I'm fighting tickets out here too, these damn school zones. I had one of y'all talk about pay the school zone. I'm not paying them nothing, okay? First and foremost, they killing y'all with tickets. This way they got $5 million. That's the most money they got. I heard he just said in the revenue. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Increased by $433,000. And overall general fund revenue is $343,117.04 above the prior year due to the CDBG grant. Utility billing is $305,000 below the prior year.
Stop. You went too fast. The general fund is in the excess of 300 and what did he say? 343 million? Or 343,000 because of an ASC grant. Did he just say that? Okay, a grant. Remember, grants only come around once or twice, depending on how they distribute the money. That's not real money. So just listen to what he said.
And in March of 2024, outstanding tickets were $5,087,415.
That's bad.
Grants increased by $433,000, and overall general fund revenue is $343,117.04 above the prior year due to the CDBG grant. Utility billing is $305,000 below the prior year, and that's consisting of $135,000 in residential billing and $151,000 decrease in commercial billing. There's also a $51,000 decrease in industrial billing. Thank you, Mayor. That'll end my report.
All right. So in later broadcasts, we're going to go into detail about this to people who can stomach some finance, because this is the issue. This is where y'all need to know where the hell the money is coming in. But I will say they ticketing y'all asses in Dolton $5 million worth. If y'all was like Grace Levi, I'll be in court. I had the judge out here in my little funky ass town, when I first moved here, talking about, where are you from? We never saw no one like you. I fought 5 hours for a stop sign ticket that I know I didn't do. Okay. Yes, I don't give a damn. They making millions of dollars in tickets, especially I don't know how it is in Illinois, but that it escalates so much. Not only do insurance catch you for these tickets that turn into misdemeanors and into felonies, okay, if you don't pay them, but then you have to pay state fines. Y'all see, I feel some type of way about this. So the revenue that's coming in doesn't seem like it's a lot outside of the ticketing. Okay, so that's some of the things that we're going to kind of highlight. Let me get into some of these comments. Good evening, Great Secret, love you, girl. So does anybody else feel like the fight at the very end was on purpose, kind of like Tiffany Plan B when she cannot adjourn the meeting? And I'm going to say this, we were thinking the same thing before I even got to the end, girl. It was a setup. We definitely want to show you how it was a setup, because every single time that people started talking bad about Tiffany or things that was going to highlight some BS, it was something going on. Stan doesn't know who's being investigated because he was too busy riding the bike, riding the wheels. I think he a little, I don't want to call people slow, but I think he a little slow. Actually, at this time, like, who's being investigated? Is the FBI really here? Like, what is going on here? You're a little bit too late, baby. Your feet is already in the fire. Big Mike, you say Tiffany Henyard personally, and is she your friend? What do you know about her? Is she a good mayor to you? How do you feel about her? Let me know. I'll drop the link for you too tonight if you want to talk, Big Mike. Do I live in Dolton? No, I do not. I live in the ATL, baby. But this type of content, I love. I never knew that the general public will get into corny meetings and trials and things. So this is my year. I've been watching this stuff, arguing with the screen, saying this is some bullshit. I'm the hood scholar. I like learning and all types of stuff. So this is why this is what caught my eye, Big Mike. Okay. And that's why I think it's important for me to talk to the people, adults and the general public about this, so we can exchange some ideas, kind of look at it a little different and examine some things outside of emotions. Because I know we feel some type of way, but you can't come to court feeling some type of way, because your emotions is going to blind you and you're going to end up losing the case. And we're on the public platform of court, as well as we need to get enough evidence subliminally to the FBI about what's going on out there, at least to get people to be able to investigate, because something is not right for a whole bunch of people to be calling SOS. So Big Mike, if you want to come on in, you are welcome. You leave your comment. Girl, it looks like she was going to start crying any second. That's what I was saying. I said her eyes was just watering up. I said, I know. And she kept drinking that water. She had to catch herself. There's been times that I've been emotional. I've been like, just drink the water. Girl, you need some milk. But I will say is that she got tough skin. I'm going to have to give it to her. She got tough skin. But instead of stepping down, what she's going to do, she doubled down. So Big Mike, the General Assembly of Illinois, voted to overturn her salary ordinance. It's just need Governor JB's signature. Yes, exactly. And that's what I put in in our community page. I said, y'all call governor. Call. Y'all supposed to call Tuesday. Call any day. Write a letter. Send an email. Make sure that it go through. And I'm glad that they held it down in the Thornton Township meeting. They were not playing with her. And it was so sad how she was trying to convince that trustee right next to her, I don't know her name, to change her vote, like right in front of everybody. And nobody was stopping her. Literally, the people like, no, boo, let her be. And she's doing this shit. Tiffany is bold, okay? Tiffany knows that she's about to lose both seats. She knows that she will never make the amount of money she is making ever again. Wait, Big Mike. No, Tiffany don't believe that. This is what Tiffany believes. Let's just put this on the screen real quick. This is what she believes.
Every election. So now, because they can't beat me, they got to do this smear campaign to convince public opinion that I'm bad for them.
So you said 2 elections. You were first elected in 2021?
No, 2013 was my first election
2013.
for trustee.
And that
I was a trustee. I sat where they are.
Right.
That's why I know the law.
Council.
Yes.
Elected mayor 2021.
Yes.
Term is 4 years?
Yes.
Okay. Plans of running for re-election?
I'm running for both my seats. And I'm going to win them.
So, and when is the election for Thornton Township?
2025.
So those elections at the same time?
They are.
Bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
A bullshit. Like we said, I'm with you, Big Mike. A bullshit. That's not happening. That's if the people double down and they vote. Okay, get in there. I'm gonna tell y'all this. If I was in Dolton and I told y'all I don't participate in voting, I would literally register to vote just to vote against Tiffany Henyard. I promise you. Who's running against her? That's what we need to be talking about. Who is running against her? Do anybody know? That's something that y'all need to start broadcasting now, looking at candidates who are honorable. You know what I'm saying? Now is the time. So let's go down. We got a few more comments before we continue to listen to. Let me get back to a few sections that we want to get to. We got a few more sections to go through in that video. She lost her businesses. She was on the verge of bankruptcy before supervisor and mayor. She filed for foreclosure on her home prior to winning the mayor. I'm gonna look that up because when I put her name in Pacer, it's under all records. I didn't see a bankruptcy report, but I will look. Maybe she stopped it, but I'm gonna look to see if she filed bankruptcy because they do have bankruptcy there. And I had tried to look up everything that had her name in it, unless she got another name. You know what I'm saying? Rather she gets indicted or not, if she loses both her seats, she will be in her own type of prison mentally, which can be worse than being in actual prison. Yes, she probably most likely gonna have to move out of Dolton because nobody is gonna want to see the likes of the face of Tiffany Henyard. You had literally 2 ladies out there just going in. I mean, that's passion. So what told me that it was definitely something corrupt about Henyard is from the beginning, she allegedly felt like she needed bodyguards. And that was because they protested at her home. They protested at her home allegedly because of statements she made. She came out, not a good person, and that led to that. But it's just so crazy because it's remarkably similar to, I'm going to compare it, Fannie Willis. Did y'all know Fannie Willis? That's why she walks around with bodyguards out here in Atlanta, because they protest her home. And that was all inside of that case where her father was living there and all that. We went through that. I'm like, what is this? Is this shit a psyop, y'all? Y'all know I'll be into that conspiracy. Let me find out they trying to distract the people. Because Russia coming up in here or some shit. What's going on? These stories sound alike. Anyway, it blows my mind that she says that people don't understand how grants work, but she has been the one educating us every meeting. Yeah, barely educating us. As she said, let me show you how it works, and then never go into detail about it. Never go into detail about it. Oh, well, we apply for the grant this way. This is what the grant is used for. This is how we're going to distribute it. It's used for these particular programs. Plain and simple. Have the paperwork ready for the trustees before the meeting so they don't have to make a request. I can feel the trustees who wants to receive an agenda 5 days or 4 days, hopefully 5 days or 4 days before the meeting, and then have to request the information behind it. If you have an agenda, there's supposed to be a whole lot of attachments that attach. This is this bill. This is this vendor. This is when he did this service. It'd be no questions asked. All of the hoopla won't happen. I have a bachelor's in criminal justice. That is Ms. Graves' secret. Okay, girl. Police departments are there to protect the people, not make a profit from them. It blew my mind that Lacey said that they had over 4,000 red light tickets. You see what I'm talking about? Let me shut up. If it's the same fucking company called Red Zone or Zone Ticket Red Zone, that shit is a sham. There's a company out here in Georgia that they setting up a private company that's taking pictures of people's cars and ticketing them. The shit is so private that it's a separate court, that we're not even in regular court. Okay? And then if we have to find out information about the ticket, Dolton, if this is happening to you, y'all, we need to report this to the feds. Okay. We don't even, I can't, like with those traffic ticket things out here, it's a little different. Now tell me how it is in Dolton, because this shit is crooked. You need to report it, because I'm reporting it out here by my damn self. How do you have to negotiate with the company and not the damn judge about the ticket? And if you ask the judge for records or anything, they say call a company. That's what the hell going on out here. That's what's going on. So 4,000, I want to know the time frame, because out here I did a Freedom of Information Act for the tickets because I was trying to go in. You know, I was about to do some, I was just like, it was about 12,000 tickets in 30 days. 12,000 tickets in 30 days in one camera that I subpoenaed, and about 3,900 and something on another camera. I said, what the, how in 30 days you got so many tickets? Every other information I try to get Freedom of Information requests from, as far as tickets that was dismissed, as far as if the the lights were adequately maintained, who maintained them. These are the questions I ask. Y'all better fight them damn tickets. They making $5 million off of you. Them judges be mad at Grace Levi like, oh shit, she asking these fucking questions. Yup. Who's the maintenance? How long this company been in charge? I can't even get that answer right now because the shit's so crooked. Okay. Now, if that's what y'all going through, inbox me, y'all, so I can try to get y'all some resources to fight Dolton crooked ass tickets. Okay, so she says she have a bachelor's degree. I am in Mississippi, and it's because of Dolton that now I look at my own local government, making sure that everything is on the up and up. Yes, and that's what's going to make me go to a meeting now out here, because not only because of my taxes, because of this too, because I want to be able to speak up and show people what's going on at the local meetings as well. So I'm with you. Maybe Grace Levi will vote one day. But until then, I'm gonna rile y'all asses up, give y'all some keys, some juice, take them tools, and go kick ass. Okay. So, and then you say, Steve, you live in Buffalo. The mayor has one officer assigned to him on special events only. The population is 886,000. His name is Brian Brown. And thank you. That seems typical for special events, but the difference here is allegedly these people are contentious. So I don't know if your mayor is contentious and did things against people, but these women rightfully feel scared because they did some BS. They did some BS, and their heart is not with their people. Their heart is not with the town, so they feel like everybody going against them. That's what's going on here. So I want to say thank you guys. Continue to leave your messages. Shout out to our first member, you know, because we're not going to really get this page monetized at all, guys, because I'm still renegade. So they be trying to hit me up. I'm going to do all my really uncensored stuff on Rumble. So please hit me up there. Y'all get more of the loose commentary, conspiracy, and all that other stuff that they don't want me to talk about here, and history over there. So anyway, let's get back to it. I love you. Thank you for being here with Grace Levi. Now, where did I want to get into? So we talked about the he talked about let's get into Mr. House. Oh, Parkworks. 1 hour 40. So now we're not only the residents, but we do have people who actually work for the community that is shots fired, sending shots to Tiffany Henyard and the administration. Now, he made it clear that, you know, it's a problem cutting people trees and doing things or whatever he does. I forgot what he said, when he's not getting paid. So let's listen to what he has to say, and then we're going to respond.
Speedy recovery. Productivity report for May 2024. The Public Works Department repaired 2 water shutoffs, 2 emergency shutoffs, 4 sewers have been repaired, 10 sewer lines cleaned, 20 locations for potholes have been filled, 4 alleys cleaned, 15 properties cleaned, 15 vacant properties cleaned, 3 stop signs installed, 56 vacant properties / lots have been cut, and 36 vacant lots have been cut. As a reminder, as of April 1st, Homewood will come and pick up your brown bags. If you feel that they missed your brown bags, please contact the Public Works Department at 708-201-3280, or you can call them directly. We also have a second shift. And if it's after 3:30, you can also call 708-201-3240 and we will assist you. As the mayor stated earlier, services have been hindered hindered the services we render, being that vendors do not get paid or are not being paid in a timely fashion. Our reputation as a village is at stake when it comes to giving services to this community, because when you call for service, the first thing they say is, "Oh, Village of Dolton, no, we can't come over there. We might not get paid," or, "Oh, we can't come over there. We don't want our business to be in the street," which is hindering the residents. This hasn't hurt anybody but the residents and the services that we are here to give to you. People call every day. A lady called earlier and she said, "Hey, they was cutting trees on my street and then they stopped before they got to my house. What happened to my tree?" And I tell them the services have been reduced because of political reasons. And when politics are played, the residents will suffer. So,
all right, stop, please, quiet.
Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Listen, do you see the interruption?
some people don't want to hear it. That's fine. I'm the person that you call when that tree is on your car, on your house, on your roof. I'm just telling you how it go. Again, we will try our best to service people in a timely fashion. But as you can imagine, if anyone in here has ever had a job, could you imagine coming to work and dealing with this every day and trying to get people service at the same time? So let's just be real about it and understand what's happening and pay attention to what's happening in your community. You all have the power to change it in the upcoming election. Mayor, that concludes my report.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Now, my thing is, I thought she brought him in. I watched a video earlier, a couple of years ago. I thought she brought him in. And he literally just kind of underhanded smacked it. Like, y'all have the right to make a vote. You see what I'm saying? And who you voting on? Because things is going down out there. And guess who's losing? The people. And guess what? When you are in a situation like this, just like he says, these are average people that work. The momentum should be in the trash in throughout the whole town of Dolton. I can only imagine coming to work with all of this drama, contentiousness, having the media there all the time. You're being the main focus of someone's affliction that is supposed to be the leader. You know, the good thing, what I will say with these board members is that they can't get fired. I'm dead serious, because if it was up to Tiffany, all of these will be fired. Tiffany will be on some Trump shit and get everybody out there. Okay, so this is what our gentleman had to say in Public Works. It kind of just stood out to me because I thought she was the person who actually brought him in, and because of what's going on, it is decreasing the momentum throughout the whole Dolton. And this is from the beginning. We saw that with the lawsuits that was filed against Miss Henyard. Okay, the things that she was doing to the women out there that worked under her. Okay, shout out to Miss Fania. Love you, girl. You are strong. You are blessed. Oh my God, my heart goes out to you. My mind just went straight to you. Just thinking about your comment yesterday. I do want to say this, Miss Fania, you are amazing. There was a donation that was given to Miss Fania, or supposed to go to her, and what makes me know that she's such a hardworking woman and loving was her response. Fania specifically said, listen, I will get your address and I will cut y'all lawn. She has been done so wrong in her life, and I gotta go to the left, and I ain't gonna cry because you're gonna see my eyes flare up, because I know being done wrong, and I know abuse and being abandoned and just feeling like you don't have nobody and you have to do it for yourself, where you don't even know how to accept a gift. My baby girl said, I will come and cut your lawn. No, you don't cut no one lawn. You accept God's blessing. We, the people, support you. I don't care who asks why that monster of a Grim Reaper is not arrested. God bless you, girl. I pray for your mind and your soul, because I can't even imagine to think about having a monster like that touch me. God will give you the retribution that you need. Okay, kind of made me go to the left right now because I was thinking about just working under harsh conditions like that, and then imagine being fired. Imagine now you're thrust into the limelight. Where are you going to get a job? She had to start her own business. Shout out to you, baby. That's what we do. We don't die. We multiply. We handle our shit. Okay, Miss. She said she's so determined that she started her own lawn company. A woman. I love you, girl, and I pray for it to prosper. That you employ the teenagers out there, them young people out there, get them working. The Dolton people of Dolton, support her, please. Okay, I love you. Many blessings to you. Okay, she would have made me cry. Now let's go into, I think 1 hour and 49, where we talk about the trustees. They do a supersede motion because Henyard, again, what she always try to do is slip some bills in there. Now, these bills that she slips in there, nobody knows. Nobody has a good description. Nobody knows where they came from. They probably do, but they see it came last month, this month, and the month before. And guess who ain't having it? I don't even got my favorite one girl face up there. But Miss Belcher is not playing at all. You know how it goes. So let's get to it. Let's play this part. Shout out to Miss Belcher, Miss Million Faces Belcher. You know, I understand you, girl. I'm over here making faces every time this broad talk. She makes me mad too with a bullshit. Let me see. Let me get it back on the screen so it'll be good. All right. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Please hit the like button. Please get me in the algorithm. I already explained to you guys why I am uncensored censor. If y'all don't know, watch a few of the videos. I'll let y'all know in the future. But guess what? We fighting through the algorithm, and God has the final say. Let's go.
I have a superseding motion on this one. So I would like to make a superseding motion to pay the bills as read, amending or removing the following.
Let me get a second first, sir. Thank you.
I
Got a second to his motion.
I haven't read it into record yet, Mayor.
What happened?
I have not read it the motion completely into record.
I'm going to get the second first, and then I'll let you read it to record. Thank you.
Make you feel better.
Is there a second?
Second.
Y'all already know what y'all gonna do. So, all right. It's motion and second. Now you can go ahead and read into record.
To approve the bills as read, removing the following: page 4, Delgado Law Group, $109,500.07. Page 5, Enterprise FM Trust, $66,347.70. Page 5, Existing Concrete, $14,123.03. Page 6, 5 Star, $122,325. Page 7, John's Pro Trees, $155,000 even. Page 7, KNM Ventures, $183,950. Page 8, Lopez Lawn Maintenance, $10,050. Page 8, Mosca Design, $65,700 even. Page 10, Raul and Sons, $181,950 even. Page 11, White Coat Pool Solutions, $34,788.58. That my motion is to approve the bills as read with the following removals.
All right. Any discussion?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I just have a question in reference to some of the items. I actually contacted the village administrator today, and thank you so much, Keith Freeman, for responding back to me. But the Moscow designs that's on there for $65,000 was brought up before, and Tanjanique Miller has stated that it was paid for already. So I'm kind of confused because we still cannot get back in my viewpoint, but just trying to find out if she said on record it was paid for, why is it still coming back up on the warrant list?
She ready. She turned around like, I'm ready. Go ahead, Miss Belcher. Ask those questions. Why are we going to rewind?
I don't have that exact information for you right now, but I'll get it. If you send it to me in email, I'll respond to you.
Okay. I just feel that we go through this every month, and with everything going on, it comes to the part where we get some finances, and the finance people not even here to never answer the questions. The village administrator did read off some numbers earlier, but it would be great if we had it in writing. we've been asking for financial records since September, and here it is that it's June, and we still don't have it. We go to court about it. We're even getting sued by a TV station because somebody says FOIA.
Stick to the agenda.
I am talking about the agenda because the agenda was financial information that they requested, and you guys, FOIA, whoever the FOIA officer is, refused to give them the information. So that is the agenda because we're talking about money that we cannot continue to keep getting lawsuits because of people not doing their job. So it is directly in the discussion of what we're talking about. So as I was saying, I just find that that's very difficult that when we do ask questions, and I'm grateful for the response that was given today, but I'm strictly concerned about the $65,000 that Moscow Sounds wants, and the Tanjanique Miller stated that it had been paid for in cash. I'm done.
In cash.
You heard me.
You heard Belcher. She's done. You heard me.
All right. As always, people say whatever they want to hear, but
you don't answer the questions. And obviously that's saying that it's either an issue with whoever is coming up with these statements and putting them on the agenda, or somebody is double dipping. How about that? And again, do Henyard have any response? It's literally people just throwing stuff out there and we don't get a response. See, that's the difference between. So I like the fact that Henyard got tough skin, but baby, say something. Stand in your shit. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna stand in my shit. I'm gonna stand up for my stuff. Stand up for your shit. What is happening here, Miss Henyard?
my question is the White Coal Pool.
So how do you answer a question about a bill that came up twice on the agenda, 2 months, and then you go to talk about a pool? This is what we get all the time, guys. This is what we get all the time. So I think that maybe some of the residents need to write a formal letter to the administration to find out how do they get their questions answered. Allegedly, when I was watching, these contentious board meetings, they had this email that you guys could send, allegedly. Y'all remember when they try to cut the comments off, Dolton? Oh yeah, I've been watching when they was doing all Zoom meetings and they cut the comment off because it was too crazy, and they said that y'all had to email them. Do they still have that email? Because there's no questions that get answered here. We say the same thing. This is literally a soap opera. It's a soap opera with the same lines being done over, and what Henyard does, she railroads and keep it moving. So no answers to that as of yet. We're going to keep it moving.
Do you guys keep taking out the pool, which you guys know we want to fix so the kids can take swimming lessons, and then we can also use it as revenue stream for our village to rent out? Is it a reason why you guys keep taking out the pool?
Yes, it's oh,
you got it, Trustee.
No, my question is, can you provide that we have insurance over there for that pool?
I'm asking, can you guys please fix the pool? You guys know the answers to all of this. Melly's been there forever, but it's just sitting there. We pay for it anyway. I'm asking, can we please fix the pool? Are you guys willing to put it back into the bills list so we can fix the pool, so we can utilize it this summer?
Can you answer my question? Do you have insurance over there?
We have insurance throughout the entire village, so that's a redundant question.
No, it
So
wasn't.
my
Do we
question-
have insurance
I'm
for
just
the
asking,
pool
are you
at
willing
Melanie's
now?
Filming
Are you
Center?
willing to put it back into the bills list?
That's right.
Anybody willing to put it back in the bills
Okay,
list?
well, if I may be recognized, Mayor, I can respond.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so that bill was pulled out because it was not in the budget, and we have more than $2 million of bills that have been approved by the board that have not been released. So at this time, I'm not willing to adjust.
So you're saying it's not in the budget, and you don't want to fix the pool because it's not in the budget, just like y'all attorney's not in the budget, but y'all approve things. But okay, lawn care. What's up with the lawn care? People just stood up, complained about getting grass cut, because again, Stacy just told you guys, y'all don't pay vendors, people don't want to cut. And then when y'all get the invoices, you guys still don't pay the vendors as it relates to what they cut. Is it a reason why you guys don't want to pay for any lawn care service whatsoever?
Can Can Janice or Tangenique tell us how many checks are sitting on the desk that haven't been
Okay.
issued out
You guys
already?
always stray from the question. My question is about the love here.
You want to answer to your questions, but you never answer no one else's question. You know why? Because y'all need to get the damn jobs to the kids. Let the kids cut the lawn and handle their business, because they had some type of program that they were going to get the kids to cut the lawn, and Miss Fania as well. Those are only two I approve of cutting lawn in Dolton. The rest of these guys, get them out of here. They're double dipping allegedly.
Are you guys willing to pay
All right,
for
quiet.
here, or are we gonna just go back and forth over Q&A that everybody should ask before we get here? Because
It ain't really no Q&A because you're not answering no questions.
Thank you. Shots fired, Belcher. Go ahead, girl. This ain't really no Q&A because you ain't answering no questions. Yeah.
You said that clearly he's asking questions, but okay, if y'all not gonna do that, let's move on.
All right, before she move on, my thing is two things that really stood out to me. Allegedly, she's saying that these two things will be revenue generating things, which is the pool, and she wants to rent the pool to who? The residents. Is that at Melanie's Fitness Center, the one that we're going to look at their spending versus what comes in? That's ridiculous. What if you're going to open a pool? Why can't it be free for the community? My second question, and it was answered too, because I asked, was that skating rink just an ice skating rink? I'm like, who the hell on ice skate all the time? Like, I can't ice skate, break my ankles. But with that goes to say, it's a rolling rink too. Again, I do ask for you guys to rethink the name of that rolling rink. I feel very disrespected that her daughter name is on top of that, but I concede again. I don't like that. But with that goes to say as well, she wants to rent out the skating ring on the weekends. Now, I don't know if that's the full skating ring, but I don't go with that as well, because coming from Newark, we used to have a skating ring and that's all we had. So we used to go to Branchwood Park every weekend, and there was a section that they used to have parties, but we can go to Branchwood Park. So what is the particular plans of Henyard? Because it seems like she wants to continue to put a tax on the people. First is the tickets, red lights, and all these other tickets. And then now you're talking about the actual two things that seem like activities that you want to restrict them somehow so you can generate money from the people. I don't agree with that. Y'all let me know what you think about that. And then what other activities do they have in Dolton? What do they have for the kids? Because if they don't have activities for the kids, guess what's going to keep happening? The crime is going to go up. I lived it. It is what it is. Y'all know I'm from Newark. I watched the gangs get on Demon Time. That's where it came from. And I came over here thinking that I escaped the gangs, and they followed me. You know what I'm saying? So literally where poverty is, crime and gang comes, and that's no color line. That's because there's no activities for the kids. There's no resources, and the things that they're filling their minds up with is mundane. Okay? You gotta make your kids read. Yeah, I know. They're like, damn, why she say that? Yes, you do. You gotta get them out of the house. They gotta go outside. They gotta run. They gotta do something that's going to show them responsibility. Because if not, you're going to have a lot of crime. So that's one of the things that I think that Dolton really needs to pay attention to, because what I'm hearing that it's starting to go down. Well, it's been going down in Dolton, and you know you got Chicago right there, and that's usually what happens from cities that gets real corrupted. Then the people move to the suburbs, little quieter towns, and those towns turn up. That's exactly what's happening where I'm at. Okay, so I just wanted to share that. Where's the money going to? Are they actually putting it back in the community, or they're putting it into things that can allegedly generate money through superficial activities? That's what I see Henyard do. She loves to have events. Not a problem, baby, but they're very superficial. Where are the programs that teach the old people how to use a computer, or the exercise programs? Where are the after school programs? You let me start talking. I'm gonna ask all of the questions. Where are the programs? I don't want all just superficial. Now, I will give it to Henyard, because I didn't agree with, if the concrete is broken, that me, the owner, gonna have to split it with the city. Hell no. If it is out there, outside my property, but I'm still responsible if somebody break their ankles, you with my tax money that you collected need to fix it. So if Henyard did initiate that where you don't have to pay for the cement to be laid down in front of your house because they had to do that in Newark, that is acceptable. But my thing is, how is Henyard going about doing it? She's not communicating with the board members. She's sending bills in, as you can say, it's the same damn argument with no proof of facts. We want contracts. When the contracts start, when the contract end, what are they doing specifically? What is the block radius that they have to clean, cut, whatever? I want details. And the next thing that they vote on, I really like because they put a check and balance system in. So let's get to that. Let's listen to how they try to put an El Stapo on this broad from being able to make decisions without the trustees.
All right, call the roll.
Yeah, we're still in discussion.
Yeah, we have discussion.
Okay, you say you still got phone?
Yes, ma'am.
What you got?
Okay, there are two vendors, which kind of goes to the point. MBD Solutions, which is a concrete vendor that replaces concrete in the village of Dolton, has emailed multiple times. They were approved by the board more than 7 months ago and have yet to receive payment. Can somebody advise on the status of their payment?
You just stated finance is not here, so why would we have that right here in front of us?
Is it on the damn thing? Wait, is it on the agenda? I'm gonna say this again, Tiffany, because you be watching. Follow the money. Is it on the agenda? If it's on the agenda, they need to have all the paperwork. I already told you what they need to have. And guys, request it. Write it down. Take a picture. Say we want all of it. We want the contracts. We want the end and begin date. We want the description. We want to know where the money is coming from and how is it distributed. That's what you should provide to the trustees. So if you want everybody to take a whole glass to shut the hell up, that'll happen if you do that. How about that?
All right, quiet.
Order.
All
As
right.
you guys know, a mayor does not handle the finances. So stop. So if I'm telling you the answer, that's the answer. So if I don't handle finances, it has to go to the finance director or the finance department. They know that. But we sit here and we grandstand every board meeting for you guys. Everybody know the steps. They know how all this goes. To make it like somebody doing something. Finance not here. And they could have got every single question answered before we got here and put on this show for you guys to point fingers. Because guess what? It's election time. So here we go. But I'm done talking because I know y'all use me for clickbait. Whatever else you got, if we're not going to pass anything, we can just move forward
for discussion.
on the vote.
I was like for discussion.
Okay, so y'all going to talk to each other? Well, go
All
ahead.
right, one more time, I'm clearing the
I'm
room.
just saying,
One more time, I'm clearing the room.
Point of wasting my time going back and
Okay.
forth. We're not gonna amend or make changes or see the good in
I'll
certain
wait for
things.
her to
But-
finish because I hate talking when
Okay,
people talk.
go ahead,
I'll
say your
wait.
statements, and then let me know when y'all done talking.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for giving me permission to speak. Thanks. I appreciate it. Let's first start with this mayor and her smoking mirrors. You know, I sit here and we come and we say, you know, I say to myself, I'm not going to cut up with her today. Okay. But then I sit here and I listen to lie after lie. And she tells you everything but the truth. Like my grandma say, you're lying, the truth ain't in you.
Look, wait, I know y'all listening to what she said, but y'all didn't peep what just happened. Thick ass legs, Lacey in the back went to whisper something to Henyard. Because in my opinion, and I agree with you, Miss Grave Secret, that they were orchestrating what went on. Watch when you see the interruption and how they scooped her ass out of there real fast.
Now we sit here and we talk about finances when one, we haven't even went over a budget, a yearly budget. How can you ask us to make responsible financial decisions on behalf of an entire village when you haven't even presented a budget for moving forward, but yet you continue to say, make these choices, make these decisions. We don't know where we stand as a village in terms of the financials. You are paying vendors 10 times the money that they should be paid. So let me explain this for you residents. Let me educate.
Let me educate you.
A tree. We have a tree on the block. So we have residents calling about trees. And they have an issue with the tree. So we look on, well, when we were provided with access,
to my viewpoint, what we were noticing is we would have an invoice on there for $1,000 for tree trim, okay? Then the very next month, we have another invoice for the exact same tree for $10,000 to cut it down. Sounds like double dipping to me. You sit there and you say, well, we have nothing to hide. Well, if there's nothing to hide, provide us with the information. That's very simple. The budget is due at the end of June, yet it is June 3rd. And you all, this administration hasn't even provided us with the upcoming budget. We haven't even had a discussion. But what they'll do is next month, they'll run to us and say, hey guys, here's the budget for millions of dollars. And don't worry about spending time and going over it. We don't have time at the moment. We just need you to approve it. And then they get angry when we don't approve it. Our job as trustees are to make the best financial decisions for the village, not prioritize spending. You sit here and she asks the question, why aren't you all paying for a pool? How can we pay for a pool when you have a how do you even ask the question like us paying for a pool when you have residents?
Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I had to stop. Look at this Grim Reaper over here. This motherfucker right here. Look at him. He just caught my eye. He sickens me. Fuck. Willie Lump Lump. I'm just going to shut up. I'm sorry, Miss Brittany. I'm getting a little ADHD right here. And his head and popped up over here and made me mad. Let's finish listening to Miss Brittany. Let's go, boo.
That have a pool inside their basement every time it floods. That sounds so inconsiderate in terms of spending. It's not right.
Look.
We're sitting here.
Look, right there. You see right there? You see the setup?
Here, and we're talking about prioritizing finances. That's all we're stating. Provide us with the information. That's it. So residents, please don't be fooled by the smoking mirrors. If this administration will gladly provide us with the information so we can make the right decisions, we'll gladly come up here and prove it. Furthermore, we're supposed to have 2 meetings a month. We sit here, she decides that she don't want to show up to the second one, prevent us from getting access into the building, and then say, oh, by the way, you know what, guys, don't worry about discussing it. We're not going to have a cow meeting for the residents so they can come and ask questions. Don't worry about discussing it with them. We'll just pass it either way. And it's unfair to the residents. Residents ask this mayor, why don't you have the cow meeting so we can go back to having discussions so that we can discuss these things prior to us coming to the original board meeting where we make decisions. It's only fair. Thank you.
Right. I agree.
All right. All right. Can you call the roll, please?
Now, what we're going to do too, because this is coming to an end on the regular board meeting channel, we're going to show you a clip from the view from Jedediah's live yesterday of what went on right around this time and why I think this lady was a damn plant. Because my thing was they were about to vote on the veto. So who the hell is contesting the veto? Who routed up at the time of the veto? What type of sense would it make for someone, for the people who want her to be investigated, to stop the veto vote of her trying to stop Lightfoot from coming in? Do you see what I'm saying? But let's just finish listening to this. Then I'm going to show you that clip because Jedediah got a lot of different views. And that's what was so good. Okay, we're going to watch it. I was all over the place yesterday. I had like 3 screens up.
Thank you.
Okay. This vote is for the corporate bills AP warrant list, where Trustee House made an amendment to the warrant list. And I'll take the roll. Trustee Norwood.
See, Miss Tammy's face is much different than when this jigger was talking. You saw her face was all like this? And now you see her smiling. I told y'all, read faces. She can't stand Stanley. She like, I can't stand his ass.
Aye. Trustee Stan Brown.
No.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay. All right, so next we have a motion to terminate contract of Odison, Sturk, Murphy, Frazier, McGrath, LTD as legislative counsel. Now, as you know, I always put this on the agenda because I keep trying to stress to you guys what Odison group is trying to do to our village. He is the mastermind behind the 4 trustees. He is a puppet master, and he keep trying to go into our bank accounts and take funds from us after we say no. When we go on closed session or anywhere else, we make this the record. So the clerk should have this in the minutes. Even the insurance company told him he cannot take on more lawsuits as it relates to the village because he's suing the village, but he keep on wanting to be the counsel for the village, and he's not. Delgado law firm is the counsel for the village. So,
and I don't understand, like I told you guys, I don't understand how she says Delgado is the counsel when just last week we were reading the lawsuit that involves, who is it? Pablo's Cafe? Pablo's, because we still waiting for the outcome of Pablo's, and Delgado pulled himself off that case. So maybe he pulled himself off of that one case, but yeah, I don't know what she's talking about. And this gentleman next to her is not Delgado, and he's not doing a good job at all. At all.
Oh, I keep pointing that out. Don't worry, I'm making a video for y'all. So I have a video ready for you.
Don't make a video. Don't make another video, please. Just get us the paperwork. We don't want no more of your shorthanded ass videos, ma'am.
You guys, so you can follow.
Look at her.
You can follow the dots. So stay tuned to that. Next on the agenda, is there a motion to approve a borrowing ordinance for 2.7 mil for IEPA loan forgiveness? Ron, where are you? Okay, Ron is there. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion second? Any discussion?
Yes.
Okay, so Ron and his counterpart is there.
Oh my God.
What's your question? Go ahead.
Ron is here.
So my just quick question, when Jonathan has spoke about the $2.3 million that you stated that just was approved today. So has an application already been approved for that? And are you saying that we will have to have another ordinance for those funds, or will it be combined? And the reason I'm asking that is because if we need 2 separate ordinances, or if it's something that has already been done and we're not waiting to the last minute like now to get it approved.
That's a good question.
No, it is.
We submitted
I feel bad for this man right here. He was waiting to be in the middle of this contentious shit. He's like, I just want to get in and get the hell out. This shit so make no damn sense. Get in and get out.
What's called a project plan to the IEPA about 2 years ago that had 5 years worth of funding. It had the first year and had the second year that has 3 more. So based on that project plan, that's what got this second year approved. So it just got approved. It doesn't need to, this process with the ordinance doesn't need to happen until next June. So there's a new deadline of a year. So it would be a new application and a new ordinance.
Okay, thank you.
All right, y'all. We need more education on this right here, because when I hear IE loan forgiveness, I don't know what that means specifically to them, but that means consolidation of a loan forgiveness. That's what it means to me. That means that you borrowing from somebody else, trying to get a lower interest rate to pay somebody. But maybe I'm wrong. So please, can somebody educate me on what is the 2.3 through 2.7 million dollars of the IE loan forgiveness is for? Maybe the trustees can educate us, because these loans on top of consolidation and consolidation literally is robbing Peter to pay Paul. And this is why people stay in the rat race. And this is why the township is staying in the rat race, because it's a business. Now, if you're a business that's continue to take loans after loans and consolidating, sounds like Trump. No, shots fired. I'm sorry. Shots fired sound a little bit like Trump. I ain't like, okay, I'm about to get another loan, consolidate. We about to pay this shit off and look like we paid it. Listen, I learned a lot from Trump. I'm just trying to tell you, sometimes you can get yourself into a lower interest rate by doing that. But my thing as a town, how good or how safe is it to do that? I could do that as a small business. I could do that as a person, but you got people tax money. You have a whole community-based life based on your move. So that's what I want to know. Do y'all know anything about that? About that loan forgiveness? So I hope we get more information on there. Obviously, they're trying to create an ordinance behind it.
More questions?
Yes, well,
My baby face. Look at him. Look at him. Just watch his face, y'all.
a question or a statement.
Oh.
I would like to ask that the ordinance have 3 amendments to it. One on the ordinance number is ordinance number 15-018. So I would ask that we update that with our current sequence of ordinances. Also, section 5 and section 7 call for the mayor's signature on the application document. I would like to request that 2 signatures be required on the application for
That's right.
a check and balance and make sure that the board has an opportunity. So that second signature being the clerk of the village of Dolton. So I'd ask in section 5 and section 7 that it reflect the mayor and the clerk jointly make the application. So I want to amend this with the changes, asking for the changes listed.
Good job.
Is there a second to the amendment?
Second.
All right. Any discussion? Colorado.
Nope. I approve.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Good job. Good job.
All right. Next, is there a motion to approve a notice of intent for award for the full amount of Calumet City Plumbing's bid, which will be reduced by change order after approval of loan agreement? Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
The motion is second. Any discussion? Colorado.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right.
Another loan agreement, y'all. I don't know what that was. That went by really fast, but maybe we'll look at the outline of this because another loan agreement.
Next agenda is override of mayor veto issued on May 6, 2024.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve overriding the mayoral veto issued on May 6, 2024.
Second.
Is that second?
Second.
Is there a motion and second? Any
Disruption.
discussion?
Yes,
Go to disruption. Coming up now.
Mayor, if I may.
Okay.
After the completion of this vote, I would ask that Mayor Lightfoot, who's present today, get the opportunity to speak on this issue.
Is it something you want to say?
No, I would like Mayor Lightfoot to.
We're not gonna grandstand today, so if it's something you want to say, we're done with our meeting. So if it's
No,
something you would like to say,
we can add it in the discussion.
Well, my discussion was stated, so I will request, and I don't think that the meeting will adjourn until that happens. So if we can prolong it as long as you would like, Mayor.
I guess we will prolong it then, because at the end of the day, you can make your statement. This is not a political grandstanding moment, which this is what you guys turned it into. So you got something you want to say? You wrote a statement. You got anything you like to say? Okay. You want to call the roll, clerk?
Mhm.
You want to call the roll
I think
for
you
his
requested
motion?
that the
I got a concern,
after the vote. Okay, sure. Trustee Norwood.
got a concern
So
on
you-
that.
You
have
got
a
something you want to
concern?
say?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sorry about that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is when Mr. Brown put on the record, like, hold up, we just need to figure this out. Maybe they're not gonna lie to us right now. Who is getting investigated?
Okay, as I hear, we have an investigation going on by the FBI at this time over the village. Is that what's going on right now?
You do.
Stiff ass neck.
Okay, you out of
Quiet,
order.
please. Quiet.
Serious statement.
Quiet.
My baby.
Everybody listen to y'all. Quiet.
He
So
needs
we
some
got
milk.
an investigation over the village as a whole, of all the employees or just elected officials?
Whatever they put in the subpoena.
Just trying to get some clarity on this here.
All right. All right. Quiet. Quiet.
Mm.
Where we at on that? Yeah.
I would assume it's it's tied to the subpoenas.
Or we just talking about this is investigation on the mayor or the village?
Oh, you're saying what we're looking over at? The investigation.
Last time, quiet.
The
And this is what I'm telling you. Someone is trying to stop this vote right here.
investigation is on allegations of
it was stated previously that there was an investigation done into what happened in Vegas, basically. So that investigation has not been shared with the board, and the board has made several inquiries. So that's one part of it. Also, the allegations or suspicion of commingling of funds or misuse of funds was another component of the request for this investigation.
All right, last time, ma'am. You gotta go.
So,
Okay, guys.
We're gonna show some things too, because I was disappointed in the old man that was arguing, but I don't know, because the old man, I thought he was okay. There's another old man here. I'm thinking these were setups. We're gonna go into it.
Guys, I have to say, keep order. We have to keep order. We can't keep doing it. We're trying to get done with our meeting. All right, you can call anybody else? Okay, call the roll, please.
I'm gonna say at least she was honorable to keep trying to call the roll. You're gonna have to give it to her. She knew they was gonna veto her and vote against her. And usually she try to get through it. I'm gonna have to give it to Henyard. She like, y'all gonna do it anyway. So come on, just call the roll. Call the roll. Let's go.
This is the override, right?
This is
Call
for
the
the
roll.
override of the veto.
Override of the veto. Call the roll.
Okay. Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan.
Let's see.
Guys, you are out of order.
I speak over the people.
She told the people they out of order.
Okay, call the roll.
You're out of order.
Trustee Stan Brown.
He's
Stan
still,
Brown.
Stan is still in discussion. Go ahead, Stan, because you're in
So
discussion.
we're looking at paying
You're not the mayor. Hold on.
$400 an hour for this investigation. Would the FBI already doing it?
Yes.
Look, they trying to delay. Stan trying to delay the vote. Y'all ain't peeping what's happening. Smart.
Okay, guys.
Look at him.
Excuse me.
Nervous. Look at his
Excuse
hand.
me. Please.
Look, this is like a
You gotta
scarecrow
have
right
order.
here. He ain't
You
say
good?
shit the whole time. Andrew Holmes.
Okay.
Looking like
Go ahead,
death.
trustee. What you got? Stan?
That's it.
They-
That's it.
That's
Okay.
it. Yeah,
Call the
no
roll,
more
please.
delays.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
No.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed to
All
override
right.
Mayor's veto.
Next on the agenda.
Good job.
Motion to adjourn. Is there a motion? Is there a motion to adjourn?
I have a motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Aye.
Do you have a motion to adjourn?
No, motion to suspend the rules.
Guys, we're done with the meeting. All the grandstanding can stop. It's over with. So that's it. Can I have
Okay,
a
let's
motion
go.
to adjourn? It has been motion. Is there a second?
It wasn't a motion to adjourn, Mayor.
Trustee.
So right here, you see House made a motion to suspend the rules, and she's totally just like, no, the meeting is over. And then you can guess who gonna call the end of the damn meeting? Do y'all realize who called the end of the meeting?
Trustee, did you? Trustee Holmes, did you adjourn the meeting? Okay, he adjourned. Is there a second?
He said, Trustee Holmes, did you adjourn the meeting? This son of the didn't even say anything. You see what you just did? This jigger to call to adjourn the meeting. Okay. After House already called to suspend the rules. And the lawyer sits there and says nothing. He says nothingness.
Is there a second?
And that's when you're gonna see Miss Brittany say, wait, isn't the floor still addressing, I guess, what House was saying?
To adjourn the meeting.
Some people crazy.
So I have a question because
Okay, guys. Can we
because the
motion to adjourn
attorney ain't
the
said
meeting?
nothing.
See,
Guys,
this is
you
the
are out of
chaos.
order.
Let her speak.
Guys,
So this is the end result where they start.
Her speak.
okay, nobody gonna speak. We gonna clear the
Let
room in a
her
minute.
speak.
We're gonna clear the room.
I want y'all to watch how they swoop her ass up out of there real quick. This is about to come to an end on this channel, but they about to swoop her out real quick. That's why I know this is all a setup.
Let her speak.
Guys,
Let her speak.
hello. Nobody's gonna be heard if you keep talking.
Don't we got a motion on the table?
Yes.
Is the attorney, excuse me, attorney, do we got a motion on the table for the record? I just want to know.
It is.
With all due respect, Lightfoot, you do not have the floor. We are adjourning our meeting so we can go. So
Yes.
if he had something to say, he could have wrote it. He could have wrote it and did all that. This is all grandstanding. This is what we're doing now. It's said that we have to go through this because everybody's using every opportunity for a political deployment. Like, guys, come on.
Look, they about to get up out of
Come
there.
on, guys.
Get the truck.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All y'all gonna do is rowdy up people. That make no sense. Guys.
Thank you. What I will say is that it's an honor to be working on behalf of the residents of Dalton.
There's no respect.
We have
around
not
here, and that's
rested while this procedural matter is in limbo, and we're not going to allow anyone to stop us and obstruct our ability to get to the facts. So thank you for your confidence, and we will continue working. Even though they turned the mics off, we will continue working on behalf of the residents of Dalton, and we will give you the facts that you deserve.
Okay, y'all done now? Y'all done with the grandstanding? Are y'all done with the grandstanding? All this is grandstanding. All this is plotted. Don't y'all see the political play right here? She was once the mayor of Chicago. She come here to create chaos. Think about it. But yet we sit here, we do it. Why we pay anybody any money if y'all have the actual people, meaning the FBI's here? So why would we waste money that y'all say we don't have? All right, guys. All right. Clear the room. Clear the room, guys. This is your everybody out. That's what I told y'all.
Look.
It's time to go.
They about to scoop her ass right on out. Like, let's go. Run. She like, I'm out of here. These motherfuckers about to start acting crazy. All right. And that's the setup. Now, what we're going to do is show you a different perspective from Jedediah's live yesterday of what went on. And I think how to show you this lady, her ass. She was a whole setup. Nobody's stupid. Let's get it on the screen. This lady, let me see. That's why I think she was with Henyard. She had to be with Henyard. Because my thing is, who was trying to stop that vote?
Franklin today, so there's something you want to say. We're done with our meeting. So, something you would like to say within the session.
Well, my discussion was stated, so I will request. I don't think that the meeting will adjourn until that happens, so that we can prolong it as long as you would like, Mayor.
I guess we will prolong it then, because at the end of the day, you can make your statement. It's not a political grandstanding moment, which this is what you guys turned it into. So you got something you want to say? You wrote a statement. You got anything you like to say? Okay. You want to call the roll, clerk? You want to call the roll?
Did you request it that
I got a concern,
after the vote? Okay, sure. Trustee Norwood?
with a concern.
Stand, shut up.
Franklin today, so there's something you want to say? We're done with our meeting. So, something you would like to say?
Hold on.
No, I would like Mayor Lightfoot to present today. Get the
Motion and second. Any discussion?
Yes, Mayor, if I may. After the completion of this vote, I would ask that Mayor Lightfoot, who's present today, get the opportunity to speak on this issue.
Is it something you want to say?
No, I would like Mayor Lightfoot to.
We're not a grandstand today, so there's something you want to say? We're done with our meeting. So, something you would like to say within the session?
Well, my discussion was stated, so I will request. I don't think that the meeting will adjourn until that happens, so that we can prolong it as long as you would like, Mayor.
I guess we will prolong it then, because at the end of the day, you can make your statement. It's not a political grandstanding moment, which this is what you guys turned it into. So you got something you want to say? You wrote a statement. You got anything you like to say? Okay. You want to call the roll?
Call the roll.
You want to call the roll?
Did you request it that the
I got a concern,
after the vote? Okay, sure. Trustee Norwood?
with a concern on that.
You got something to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sorry about that.
Go ahead.
Now we're gonna see the lady in the crowd that kind of get things out
Here we
the
have
pocket.
an investigation going on by, at this time over the village.
Stan,
That
shut
was
up,
going on
Stan.
Okay, you are.
Hey, please, quiet, quiet. Everybody listen to y'all. Quiet.
So we got an investigation over the village as a whole, of all employees or just elected officials.
Whatever they put in the
Just trying to get some clarity on this here.
All right, quiet. Quiet.
We're good on this. Yeah.
I would assume it's tied to the subpoena.
Or we just talked about this is investigation on the mayor or the village?
Oh, you're saying what we're looking over at. The investigation.
Never see all of this
The
delay.
investigation is on allegations of, it was stated previously that there was an investigation done into what happened in Vegas, basically. So that investigation has not been shared with the board, and the board has made several inquiries. So that's one part of it. Also, the allegations or suspicion of commingling of funds or misuse of funds was another component of the request for this investigation.
All right, last time, man. You gotta go.
That's the lady. Now we're gonna show the lady. That's one of Henyard clonies. Because look at that. What the hell going on? This one I want to know what's going on.
All right, you can call anybody else.
Who arguing? Who is arguing and why are they arguing? This lady right here with the red.
Okay, trustee Norwood. Hi. Trustee Stan.
Hi, guys, you are out of order.
Let's speak over people.
Okay, call the roll.
Trustee Stan Brown.
He's still, Stan is still in discussion. Go ahead, Stan.
So we're looking at paying.
You're not familiar.
Who the hell she arguing with?
For this investigation, with the FBI already doing it?
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? While he was doing all of that delaying, this lady was right in the middle arguing with herself. Who the hell she arguing with? What is the problem here? I don't understand what happened. That's why I think this was a setup, because he started whispering thicker than a Snicker Lacy's, went over there and went behind Henyard. Then all of a sudden he like, be quiet. Like that was cold to me. I pay attention too much. That was like a code, because so he's like, be quiet. You ain't hear nobody really talking. Who the hell is she arguing with? Him?
Okay, guys.
Wow.
Excuse me. Please.
These are some of the most important moments in the meeting to get these votes through. And that's what I don't understand. And I'm trying not to get on the people of Dolton. I love you guys, but maturity is everything. It's either this person is extremely immature or she's a damn plant.
You gotta have order. You good? Okay, go ahead, trustee. What you got?
Look at my grandma.
That's it. That's it.
Okay. Call the roll, clerk.
Trustee Norwood. Hi.
Look at her. Look at
Brown.
Grim Reaper number 2 right
Trustee
there.
Tammy Brown.
Y'all know who I call Grim Reaper number 2. Y'all be mad as hell. Y'all know Lori Lightfoot ass over there looking like death. I'm sorry.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed to override Mayor's veto.
All right. The delay did not work. Okay.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Now, this was the next thing that I felt like was a setup. The 2 old men. Now, this old man, the one that went did a news broadcast, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch that clip. I don't think he worked with Henyard, because I've seen him at many meetings and he talked against Henyard. But the person behind him who was like his people, I never saw him there in my life. But like I said, I'm just catching up. But he seemed to be fueling whatever argument was going on. And that argument specifically was the argument that got Henyard ass out there and kind of stopped Lori Lightfoot from talking.
Now, guys, that was a very, it's going, so when you attend.
That's from my live, y'all. I was live for like 5 hours today. Now look at Lori Lightfoot.
Now, motion to adjourn.
trying to
Is there a
talk.
motion? Is there a second? It wasn't a motion to adjourn, Mayor.
I love
And
all
that
the
person right-
honestly, shout out to Jedediah and all the people out there in Dolton. Y'all got so many good angles. It's like you saw everything that was going on at one time. That was so dope. I appreciate it. My ass, because I had 3 things like, wait, this person this way, this person this way. And then all of the people who were working with investigate and advocate started popping up. And I'm like, yes, we could see all the angles. So this right here is Lightfoot standing at the podium waiting to talk.
Here at the bottom right hand, that's Lori Lightfoot, y'all. So we're gonna try to get some clips tonight. Hopefully, we get a word or two if I find it tonight of what Lori Lightfoot has to say. You know, what's her experience? Because whatever happened to the residents happened to her last night. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, they kicked her ass out too. She's getting the hell out of there. If you wasn't going home, you was getting out of there.
Trustee Holmes, did you adjourn me? Okay, he adjourned.
You seeing how she called Trustee Holmes to adjourn the meeting. So it went from this lady with the red, and now you're gonna see something else go on.
Is there a second? Is there a second to adjourn the meeting? So I have a question because the attorney ain't said nothing. Guys, you are out of order. Let her speak. Guys, let her speak. Okay, nobody gonna speak. We gonna clear the room.
And that lady right there with the red, you see her, she was sitting with the police. The police was sitting right next to her. So they was together. I don't care. She wasn't just calming her down. And who was she calming her down from? And now then you have the people start to protest and say, let Miss Lightfoot speak.
Let her speak. God, let her speak. Hello. Nobody's gonna be heard if you keep talking.
Then we got a motion on the table.
Yes.
Is the attorney, excuse me, attorney, we got a motion on the table?
We got a motion on the table.
With all due respect, Lightfoot, you do not have the floor. We are adjourning our meeting so we can go. So if
Yeah.
you have something to say, he could have wrote it, and did all that. This is all grandstanding. This is what we're doing now. It's fair that we have to go through this because everybody's using every opportunity for a political deployment.
Look at her.
Like, guys, come on. Come on, guys.
Look at Lightfoot.
Go ahead. All y'all gonna do is rob me of people. That makes no sense. Guys.
Thank you.
Y'all will be.
What I would say is that it's an honor to be working on behalf of the residents of Dolton.
There's no
We have not
rested
rested while it's procedural matters and memo, and we're not going to allow anyone to stop us and obstruct our ability to get to the facts. So thank you for your confidence, and we will continue working. Even though we turn the mics off, we will continue working on behalf of the residents of Dolton, and we will give you the facts that you deserve.
I hope so, baby.
I
hope so. I hope so. I want to show y'all the old man that start fighting. I hope you do. I hope you do. Please, Ms. Lightfoot, prove me wrong. I want to be wrong on this situation. Okay? Please.
Now, Mr. Queen, right. Don't y'all see the political play right here? She was once the mayor of Chicago. She come here to create chaos. Think about it. But yet we sit here and we do this. Why we pay anybody any money if y'all have the actual people, meaning the FBI here? So why would we waste
Now look
money
at that.
y'all
Now look. Now start to be an argument in the back.
All right, guys.
Now my man right here with the gray, y'all gonna see him. He goes to all of the meetings. Who is he arguing with?
Clear the room. Clear the room, guys. This people's yard. Everybody out. That's what I told y'all. It's time to go.
Who he arguing with? A guy with the green. What? Is it a guy with the green in the back? What happened to that guy right there in the back with the green? I'm trying to. My baby's about to have a heart attack. was he arguing with? Well, if anybody could tell me who that old man was arguing with, I would love to know, because that was the finisher. I don't know. Like, I don't think that old man was actually like a decoy for Henyard, but he probably got to be the one that was not the provocateur, but the one who got stimulated by the provocateur, because that's what they'll do. They'll find, someone in the crowd who's passionate, and then start some shit with them. Look at my old man about to have a damn heart attack. I got my man sweating and everything. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna just get to, I think I got two news broadcasts that highlights when he was talking, because there's a time where the old man was talking. So we heard some of what he was saying, and we're gonna hear it from the news anchor perspective.
Compared to almost $1 million that this state did on the Houston versus Dolton, but it's now the personal attorney for Henyard. They have no problem with $1 million for her. But what about us? We're the ones that spoke in that. We're the ones that let you know. It's just not right.
Hold on, what did she say? That's what she was doing all that time outside. I know that had to really drive Tiffany Henyard crazy of what was going on, where she was trying to talk. And then you had that lady outside, Miss Tammy, I believe, or whoever she was out there screaming from the top of her damn lungs at Tiffany. She got tough skin. Now, let's just show the news articles that came out yesterday. Mainstream was out there. WGN News, Dolton trustee override Henyard's veto of Lightfoot investigation. Let's get it on the screen. Get in on the screen. Thank you for being here with Grace Levi. I appreciate you guys joining the family, getting to know Grace Levi, letting her be free to be free, and also just kind of spark those conversations where we're going to actually think outside the box, don't have that gang mentality, and really evaluate everybody. We're going to call the good, the bad, and the ugly out. And then if we find that there's issues, we're going to bring it to the person's attention. Either they're going to change it or they're not, and we're going to know who the hell they are, and we're going to choose not to deal with them or deal with them, because there's no right and left when it comes to making decisions about politics. That's one thing I'm gonna tell you. The reason why I stopped participating, because I saw one head and two hands and shit was getting on my nerves. So now is a new day, people. You can try to get yourself in these positions, okay? And if you do, please don't be corrupted like Miss Henyard. Let's go.
The extremely heated village board meeting in South Suburban Dalton, with police clear.
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you should too. Don't spend another dime on Amazon.
Clearing the room at the end.
Embattled Mayor Tiffany Henyard facing off against board members, Dolton residents, and even the former mayor of Chicago. WGN's Jenna Barnes live tonight in Dolton.
Ben and Micah, Lori Lightfoot was the last item on the agenda tonight, and this meeting descended into chaos right after 4 members of the Board of Trustees voted to continue her investigation into Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard by overriding Henyard's veto of her hiring. Take a look at some of this chaos.
Sir, let her speak! Let her speak! Let her speak! Let her speak! Let her speak!
Look at her.
What I will say is that it's an honor to be working on behalf of the residents of Dolton. We have not rested while this procedural matter is in limbo, and we're not going to allow anyone to stop us and obstruct our ability to get to the facts.
I'm sorry, y'all. I just noticed that. I noticed that earlier. I know I'm a healthcare provider. She's shaking like she got Parkinson's disease. She over there looking like Biden ass. But I'm gonna shut up. Don't be mad at me.
Lightfoot there, not able to finish her remarks. You may have been able to hear her say they cut off her microphone. It was just after that that police started clearing the room and threatening to jail anyone who didn't leave. That was the fiery end of what was an already contentious meeting. Henyard did issue another veto. This time she vetoed the appointment of a mayor pro tem, which 4 of the trustees approved last month because they complain she doesn't show up to half the meetings they're supposed to hold. And members of the public vowed to vote Henyard out of office.
Hold up, that went over my head, y'all. I didn't catch that. She vetoed the mayor pro tem. Y'all caught that? So now they got to address that next month again. Y'all caught that? I didn't catch that. Well,
we've got to take our village and our township back in that order. And we've got to get rid of the administration, the current administration, minus the people's trustees that are fighting for us.
You're not going to understand until they put those cuffs on you. You're not going to understand it. You don't care. But baby, they on to you.
Going down.
Making an appearance.
Look at this dead bucket head. I'm sorry, y'all.
At this meeting was trustee Andrew Holmes. He supports the mayor and he has not attended a meeting since before he was publicly accused of sexual assault on a taxpayer-funded trip to Las Vegas. He has not been charged with a crime. As for Lori Lightfoot's remarks, she issued a written statement after the meeting saying, quote, a majority of trustees remain committed to performing their fiduciary responsibilities on fiscal oversight and advocating for the best interests of Dolton residents. They understand that village residents deserve a transparent and thorough process. She says her investigation never stopped after Mayor Tiffany Henyard's veto, and obviously it now continues. We have trustees.
Let me just show y'all something. This is my opinion. This row right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know this lady right here. They suspect. I don't know. This guy was the antagonist. I don't know who he was arguing with. This lady, was she arguing with? You see what I'm saying? Who were these people arguing with? What was going on here? That's why I think they were provocateurs. This lady right here with the dreads right there, she was up there asking to give her paperwork in. Y'all ain't see her at the podium. Now I'm gonna do snippets of what the community said, like I always do, highlight that without the music, y'all. I know it was a little loud last time, but I'm working on my production skills. Now, that lady right there, I forgot what she was talking about, but she was like, can I give you some papers? And it was like, sure, bring it up. So to me, somebody need to investigate this whole row right here. Because those are the people that got this meeting the way it was. Okay. Now, I'm going to show y'all one more clip, and then we're going to get into the finance paper that I was talking about. I just want to show y'all one more thing based on my opinion of Melanie's Fitness Center. That gotta go. Okay. And that shows how Tiffany Henyard don't know how to run a business to me. If she's still trying to get a pool and everything done in this place that has no damn revenue, please, you're going to be charging people to go swimming. You gonna do that to the people?
Yeah, Rob, this is not the first time a Dolton Village board meeting has ended abruptly, but it was perhaps the first time it ended physically, as most of the trustees voted to move forward with a $400 hour investigation into Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
All right, guys. All right. Clear the room.
It was all but a bench-clearing brawl inside Dolton Village Hall.
Hey, no disrespecting nobody. Come on.
Tempers had simmered for hours.
See that row? Right there. Y'all saw that row. I ain't tripping.
As village residents chided Mayor Tiffany Henyard for dodging questions about village business and spending.
So it don't matter how many questions that we ask you, you never ever answer the questions.
Henyard repeatedly fired back.
You're putting a black eye on our community. You're putting people, guys.
But it was the silent, lurking presence of Chicago's former mayor turned paid private investigator Lori Lightfoot that severed any sense of order. Lightfoot was initially hired in April by 4 of Dolton's 6 trustees to dig into the spending and village records kept by Mayor Henyard. Tonight, trustees moved to override a mayoral vote on paying Lightfoot to carry out the investigation.
Let her see! Let her see!
Henyard supporters silenced the mics. But no matter, a former mayor who once oversaw chaotic Chicago City Council meetings shouted over the clamor. Little of what Lightfoot said registered. Dolton's police chief, a close Henyard ally, forced angry village residents to clear the hall. Senior trustee Jason House, who hired Lightfoot, said,
a lot of residents are curious about the status of the investigation, how she's been moving forward. So she wanted to kind of give an overview and also ask Dolton's mayor to transparently work with the investigation.
Outside, Dolton residents thrown out into the parking lot were furious.
I think it's ludicrous. I think this whole administration is ludicrous.
This is the case of them giving preferential treatment to non-resident supporters of an inept, illegitimate, corrupt administration.
Also present and voting at tonight's Village Board meeting was Dolton trustee and former Chicago community activist Andrew Holmes. This is the first time Holmes has attended one of these meetings since a former Dolton employee accused him of sexual assault during a village-funded trip to Las Vegas last year. That is now under investigation, but Holmes has...
I want to hear, but Holmes haven't been arrested. That dead corpse of a body was there and he didn't do not a damn thing but in the meeting, just like he was supposed to, a damn plant. I can't believe him. Now let's just get to this one document, and I just want to show y'all. It's going to take about 5 minutes of just looking at some numbers. There's something with this Melanie Fitness Center, and this is just going to show you guys how there is mismanagement of, I'm going to say, funds in the capacity that you still paying for this facility and it ain't generating no money. This was 2021. And we heard in the budget where they was talking about Melanie Fitness that they were paying out money most recently. So do we got it on the screen? Let me see if I get a little bit bigger for you guys. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but operating revenue. Now this is the operating revenue. This is operating revenue right here. Revenues is operating expenses right here, and non-operating revenue expenses right here. Okay, now right here at the bottom, I'm going to leave this because I think that this has to do with the full report, because I was like, where the hell this number come from? But we're just going to start from the top. Now, operating revenue, it talks about December actual, the fiscal year to date actual fiscal year budget, okay, percentage of the budget, and the prior year. So the prior year is at the end. Fiscal year just mean a year that starts at a specific date for that company. It could be from April to April, May to May, June to June. It's just a year, okay? But this was the actual for the December. Now, it says operating revenue, member fees. In December, the oh my God, they better not have got $45 from it, from members' fees. You see that right here? Right here? Fiscal year actual for 2001. And it says the prior year they got $500 for membership fees. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Rental income. This was in December, $600. Actual for the fiscal year, $4,200. Now, when I say these numbers, I need you to listen based on how much is being spent. If you're getting $4,200, $92,000, $100,000, that is nothing compared to you having a payout for a monthly budget of $3 million. If you watch them of Dolton meetings and listen to what they pay out monthly, they at least pay $2 to $3 million on like spending when it comes to not just what she's spending. I'm just talking about baseline spending, bills and the things, corporate bills versus the regular bills and things like that. Okay. This is what Melanie's Fitness is bringing in. Other incomes, none, and zero. Total revenue for Melanie Fitness in this year was $2,950. Total revenue. Okay. Now we're just going to break this down, and I ain't going to go through all of these operating expenses, not to make you corny, make it corny, but just operating fees, salaries is under this, medical insurance, training, advertising, banking fees, just some operation supplies. This is everything right here. Okay. Right here. And this is what we're going to highlight versus what we just said the income was for. The actual income was, I'm going to say $4,245. Fiscal year budget, it says $7,200. I guess what they budgeted actually come in, they didn't get that. Okay, so the prior year they made less, but they made like $2,000 more. Now here, if we got to move over in salaries, the salaries alone at Melanie's Fitness for the year is $10,566. The year prior, it was $13,000. Just those numbers right there telling you that, oh, we in a deficit. You're paying more just for salaries than what you're even getting in. We're not even talking about operation fees. That's why I say we got a problem. We have a problem here, Tiffany. Okay, this is what you have to. I don't do the finance. You just spend the damn money. You need to be well-rounded in the finance and looking at these particular expenditures line by line, because I think you're fucking up. And my thing I'm going to highlight, once all of that infused money leaves the budget, how are you going to maintain your spending when you don't even have revenue coming in? You talking about I got $92,000 from here, $150,000 from here. Maybe they're just thinking about spending the $5 million they got in ticketing Dolton. That's where they're getting the money from. So I'm not going to go through all of these, but okay, we see the salary. So we already know we're in a deficit, guys. Credit card fees, they didn't spend that much for December, but for the year they spent $1,500. Thank you. I don't know what you need to do. I know you probably need some towels and stuff for Melanie Fitness, whatever that is. The spending seemed pretty like legit here, like office supplies, $152, operating supplies. It seems pretty legit. Utilities for the year is $16,000, pretty legit. Maintenance and service, I don't know what they pay for $500 and change, but other professional services, what the hell did they spend with other professional services? $24,407. That's when we need to have a little bit of description. That's when me, Grace Levi, asks those questions like, what was this? What was this? And then people feel uncomfortable. What was other professional services? I need a list that tallies up to $24,000 related to Melanie's Fitness that's not bringing any money in. Okay, right. So the operation expenses before depreciation, and that's depreciation of their equipment and all of that stuff, basically for the year. This should be a negative number right here, guys. But it may confuse you because it has no negative number. But this should be a negative $55,265. This is the operating expenses before depreciation. Okay. The budget was for $106,000. They have a budget for it, but they went under the budget, which is great. But you're better because you didn't even make how much you thought you was gonna make. You thought you was gonna at least make $7,000, and you didn't. Now let's go down. We're about to finish off. Now y'all see how these numbers work when she say follow the money. Don't ask Grace Levi to follow the money. Don't use my terms. Do not use my terms, Henyard, because I will show you. That's how geeky I'm. That's why I'm in this. No, I don't live in Dolton, Mike, but this is what I love. And I want to show you guys there's something ain't right here. All right. So again, this is just to highlight that this particular facility that was supposed to be turned into allegedly another precinct, that at this point, let me know. Did Melanie Fitness get turned into another precinct? Let me know, because I'm not sure. I'm still going through the videos, but I definitely know as of 2021, they were losing money. So total operation expenses for Melanie Fitness was 100. Let me make sure that that's for the fiscal year. That was the budget. So as I told you, it was $55,265, and the total revenue for the fiscal year was $4,245, making it in my head this $51,019.39, a loss, as they say, operation income loss. Womp, womp, womp. I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to do it. I ain't shit but a geek. This ain't right. Show me the paperwork. Show me the money, huh? All right, so if anybody got some paperwork for Grace Levi to go through, because I'm going through the 2021 fiscal budget, that's the only thing that I can find. That's going to really make me understand how this budget is broken down. So I was like, let me go to this one first. The Melanie Fitness was the easiest thing to debunk and show you that somebody fucking up. You want all of this superficial things going on in Dolton, but you're not generating income. You came in right at the right time, Henyard, right at the time of COVID, where all that money was infused in, and you thought that you was going to take these millions of dollars and just spend it frivolously. Now, what I will say is Henyard is doing things related to infrastructure and beautifying. I cannot lie about that. But the route she is going, the people she's choosing to do these things, it sounds like they're criminals. We have some articles that we can't go through tonight. We're about 2 hours and a half into this. I don't know if we're going to go over for another half an hour, but I do have some old articles where not only is it a question about Kamal Woods, y'all said Jedediah saying some questions about Kamal Woods, not only his mental capacity, but also history related to R woman. Okay, there's another article that I found. It's old. It's an old article. Lavelle Redmond. Do y'all know who Lavelle Redmond is? This is someone who Henyard hired to work in the village. And this article was in 2021. They've been complaining about this, having a pedophile up there. So I found that interesting. I hope Jedediah give us some more information related to these individuals who are possibly linked to harming an RN woman and assaulting them, because y'all know Grace Levi got a problem with that. So that's why when I see Andrew Holmes, I see nothing but the devil and death. I do believe that he did a lot of wicked things in Cook County. I do. Even from the time where it was the Kanika Jenkins case, he just seemed like somebody who would be involved in organ harvesting. Shut up, Grace Levi. That's conspiracy. It's allegedly. Okay, just the spirit is telling me something is not right. But let me move forward before I get in trouble. Lavelle Redmond, Illinois village hires sex offender who raped two girls, sparks fury. This was 2021. She's been doing this. Where is this man at? Do he still work for the village, y'all? Let me know. They say a mayor of a small Illinois village has sparked a major firestorm after hiring a registered ex-offender for a municipal job. Lavelle Redmond, who spent 24 years in prison for a brutal R of 2 teenagers, has been offered the role of code enforcement officer. Oh, hell no. Going to people's house? Henyard, is this man still working for them, y'all? Let me know. The community is 23,000 is appalled of the announcement and has hit back at Mayor, who happened to be the first female mayor of Dolton. Mayor Tiffany Henyard is just the latest in the long line of civic leaders to spark controversy. So they start talking about all the rest of them. But let me know. Because let me find out she Nicki Minaj and she want to be around pedophiles. I'm just saying, I just got to throw that out there. So give me some heads up, y'all. What I'm going to do is put my email in the bottom of this video. If y'all can get me any financial information, I will love it. I will go through it. I will break it down. We can talk about it, because when you go back to these meetings, y'all need to go back with ammunition. She was talking about, show me. I'll show you the paper. I'll show you the receipts. No. Y'all go back there with the receipts, breaking it down with knowledgeable response that y'all don't have to get in y'all emotion. Y'all just gonna kick ass with the facts. How about that? So anyway, I want to say thank you for being here with Grace Levi. Y'all know how we do. We're going to finish off with a little bit of music. Y'all know I love music. Also, I want to give you a heads up. I'm going to try to do episode 2 of the contentious board meetings, hopefully on Thursday. I'm thinking maybe this weekend, matter of fact, because I gotta work. But I think on Saturday night we're gonna get into part 2 of the contentious board meetings, so people who don't have a background of how we got here, they can kind of backtrack. And while we're backtracking, we're going to learn what to do, what not to do, and what to look for. And we're going to be able to catch when allegedly they're saying that the trustees did some shady shit. I'm just keeping it real. They were saying the trustees doing some shady stuff. I love you. Shout out to my trustees, but everybody's not perfect. And I do understand that it's pressure. And it does look like, based on what she showed, even though it's just a video and no paperwork, that there were times that you guys were in line with voting for increase in taxes consecutively. 14% is a whole lot. That's a fucking lot. That's a lot. Okay. Oh, I hate interest. Obviously, y'all see I hate interest. So that's just some of the things that we need to talk about. And if you guys did do that, and people are concerned, maybe you can give the why and then why you will not do that. So when it's time for your seat to come up, people won't be looking at you sideways, because Grace Levi going to show the good, bad, and the ugly. I got all y'all backs if you're righteous. Now, let's just finish off with the comment. I want to say, I love you, Grave Secret. Thank you for being one of my firsties. Okay. Steve, thank you for leaving your comments today. Shout out to Buffalo, who has a decent mayor, who knows to only have one damn security guard, PRN, as needed. Lacey, this is Miss Grave Secret. Lacey was the main one causing the disturbance. And that's what I was thinking. I think he was setting it off, talking about be quiet. And that told that row right there to start acting the hell up. They start acting up like it was all of that row right there. I be watching too much. I'll be in the corner creeping like, yo, what the look at this? Look at that. All right. I want to know where Tiffany Tahoe went to high school and within the township. She said she went to high school in the township. I don't know. Obviously, they ain't teaching no damn morals. Hey, my friend, you have to come on my radio show. James Mack, your man on the streets. Shout out, James. Inbox me. I'm not sure who you are, but as long as you're righteous and you don't have no drama, you ain't causing no problems. I'm with you. As long as we causing problems for the man, for the system, I'm down for the cause. I'm down. Just inbox me. I'll put my email down there. Grave Secret. The only reason why I believe that Holmes was even there was because she needed him there for his vote to help her get out of the override. Obviously, she knew she wasn't going to get out the override. It was a setup to get her to fuck up out of there. She knew they were gonna railroad her. And shout out to the trustees. Now y'all know how to play the system. I see obviously y'all coming in hot, when it comes into vetoing things and having ideas of how to, change things up of what she's putting on the agenda to get through. Y'all already have y'all plans set up. Shout out to the trustees for being on point to that. Again, not being emotionally liable and being emotionally intelligent. I will give that to the trustees. Keep up the great work. Miss Belcher, you did a great job. Man, my baby didn't even put on all them damn faces. She just laughed like, you're done. You're done. Okay, shout out to Belcher. He was arguing with Keith Price, who was sitting in the employee area. Who was arguing with him? The old man. So Keith Price was antagonizing him, because I saw somebody with a yellow thing, and I'm like, damn, is that a worker? That's what I saw. So that Keith Price was a worker, and was it he antagonizing that old man? Because that's what I say. I'm like, the old man is always at the meetings, and he speaks passionately. He calls her out, and I'm like, why would he try to disturb? Why would he be part of that chaos? And it's because they was antagonizing him, and that's why you got to understand when they're trying to antagonize you and how to react. You're not gonna win, or they're gonna get what they want, and that's what she wanted for it to end. I be in a lot of contentious situations at my job because I be dealing with the others, and they don't like when you're strong and you're smart. And with that goes to say, if I get mad and be contentious with them, I'll be looking like a whole dysfunctional ass person while they're pushing my buttons, literally every fucking day. And what I do is just laugh at them, baby, do my thing and crush real easy with facts, not opinions. Say, Dag, is that behavior acceptable? I'm giving them exactly what they're giving me. Now, I'll probably be out here with y'all guys talking shit, but I know how to conduct myself when I'm dealing with the others or when we're in professional situations. You're not going to get me. So shout out to the Dolton trustees who stand on their square, continue to be professional, did not let the emotions get to them. And but Tiffany still played her cards. She played that shit well. Okay. I have watched almost all of the meetings. I have never seen the the guy in the black shirt before. Hey, well, see, that's good. Thank you, Miss Secrets, because I didn't watch all the meetings, but I was like, I always saw that old man by himself. And I'm like, why he like antagonize him? And then the old man wasn't sitting next to him in that row. You saw that row didn't have the old man right next to him, so he probably was like behind the old man, like yeah, letting him get antagonized. Right. Keith Price is the light-skinned and heavy-set guy that attended most of the meetings, and he's Tiffany's cousin. I'm gonna keep my eye out and look at who that is. I want to say thank you guys for being here with Grace Levi and communicating and getting us into the algorithm. This means so much to me as far as the people fight in Dolton. I want you guys to stay strong, stay peaceful, stay diligent, stay on point, and stay sucker free. How my uncle say, stay sucker free, niggas, because they trying to set us up and take everything we have. I'm going to put my email at the bottom for you guys. If you have anything that you want me to review that you happen to get from the Freedom of Information Act, because you know it's hard to get these days. You know it's hard out here for a pimp. They over there trying to make sure we don't get no damn information, but we're going to get it today. So I'm going to actually see y'all this weekend on Sabbath evening. Okay, Grace Levi is going to be with you on Sabbath evening, and we're going to close out with the song. We're going to take their asses to church. Excuse my language. I'm not perfect, but I'm still a daughter of Israel. How talk about that? All of you guys are children of the Most High, and what we ask is for you to live righteously, peacefully, and bring in the new day. We have to make this system over. We can't depend on their asses.
Time he gonna call? I don't know. He's supposed to be hit me. You know, he knows what's going down tonight. I know he want to come. We've been trying to give him the game. Right. Look, I know it. I know it. Yo, what's good, fam?
Wow, what's good? This Kingfish, what's happening with you?
Man, you know what's going down tonight. I hear it in your voice.
Already, you know it's Nola, baby. We don't close. I'm trying to get it in.
Kind, man, but you need to tone it down. You know how we can't be doing it like that, homie. We got to be slow motion with it.
Y'all got multiple wives. You Hebrews, right? I'm just trying to get in where I fit in. You heard me?
See, he on that multiple wives talk. We ain't doing. You just need one, Kim. You ain't ready for one. Look, Get yourself together. Get yourself together. Holler at me later on. We're gonna see what popping tonight. I'm gonna show you how we do things. Shalom, man.
I'm gonna peep the game. I'll see you tonight. Wow.
Abraham Vineyards, man. What's good?
Wow. Let me hear this kingfish. I'm trying to get some of that wine y'all got over there. You heard?
Oh yeah, brother. We got the best of the best, man. It's all natural. We got some soursop, we got some berry, we got some white grape. What you looking for, man? What you looking for, bro?
Well, I know Noah got down with them grapes, and I'm going to this Hebrew function tonight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get in where I fit in. What you suggest?
You know, we drink responsibly, bro. So
Take your time with it, bro.
Everybody keeps telling me to be humble with y'all, man. Okay, fine. I like the soursop. I'm coming through. Where can I meet you?
Yeah, if you want to meet me at the mall, I'm about to pull up to the mall later on.
All good. Wow, I'll holler at you.
All right, bro. Shalom.
We don't worry for tomorrow. No, I provide.
Kelly spreading through the Benjis, nigga.
Me and the mosaic, me and the mosaic, me and the mosaic, yeah, me and the mosaic, me and the mosaic, me and the mosaic, me and the mosaic, yeah, me and the mosaic. I'm so low, my walk on that road, it's me and the mosaic. I'm so low, my walk on that road, it's me and the mosaic, me and the mosaic, me and the mosaic, yeah, me and the mosaic, me and the mosaic, me and the mosaic, me and the mosaic, yeah, me and the mosaic, me and the mosaic. Father who? Art in heaven. What it take to keep you from us? Just a little nothing. Spread the gospel through the hood. Doing it through rapping. Feel just like me and God trapping souls. Bringing the truth to the people, telling what they never been told. You sitting on gifts you were giving and doing nothing with them. I swear that you niggas is bold. It's that you know. I know that some of you think that I'm playing with completion. I'm not. I'm ready to drop. Been ripping the work in the studio, serving it out to the block. Tried it in life on my own and I found that it's not what I thought. A place to a higher, but I should get shy of my soul. Not for said it was already booked. I'm ready for y'all to stop trying to stop Peezee trying to say he wicked when really he not. It's really a plot, but you the two way you in the dark to try to come take what you got. Woo, listen, the truth hit hard. Harder than a diamond. Better be known as a saint. Yeah, your favorite rapper, Michael Jackson band. Don't never jam random, but it's still just me and the mosaic. Me and the mosaic. Me and the mosaic. Yeah, me and the mosaic. Yeah, me and the mosaic. Me and the mosaic. Me and the mosaic. Yeah, me and the mosaic. Me and the mosaic. I'm so low. My walk on this road, it's me and the mosaic. I'm so low. My walk on this road, it's me and the mosaic.
Yeah, Jamaican, true Israelites. We love to see the wake up in our place. Because we, remember, it's not Jesus that's going to come back, it's Yeshua. True Israelites, yeah.
and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations.
The real estate market often seems like a distant world where only an elite of experts is successful. In a time of so much uncertainty in the air and bad news, realist investing can seem intimidating. But today, I want to tell you that if you make the right decision today, you can enter the real estate market from the back door. Bad credit record? No credit at all? Do you dread the idea of having a home loan? Do you dream of owning investment properties? You are in the right place and right time, because we have created a program which is a tax lien and deed investment online course of only 14 hours. This course is specially designed for people like you who have big dreams. You will learn at your own pace and everything from your home computer. This is your chance. Join our membership for $19.99 a year. What are you waiting for? Visit our website primetimehomebuyerBuyback.org and sign up today for